Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films, and I'm just here to give a short before the game message of thank you for everyone that watches. We appreciate all of you that come to watch us live, and also those of you that support us on Patreon, specifically our $25 tier supporters on Patreon, Rowan Parker, Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and Elle. Without you and everyone else that watches, we wouldn't be able to keep doing the things that we do, so thank you very much. And from me to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to On Trails of Stardust, a 5th edition science fantasy campaign run by me. I am William. I am your game master for this game. Joining me today, we have Jack.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Till Wayland, Avian Way of the Iron Path monk, and one half of the birds and the bees.
And Camille.
Yes, we're doing that. All right. So I'm Camille. I'm playing Gideon Eaglin, the avian Deadeye Rogue, who is the other half of the birds in the birds and the bees.
And Craig.
Hi, I am playing the bees, a bunch of nocturne and torch bees that are collectively a swarmkeeper ranger.
That is named what?
Bees.
Yes, you didn't say that specifically.
I did. I said I'm the bees.
Yes, but that could be interpreted two ways.
Because he is also the bees and the birds and the bees.
I know. I was ironically, I was trying to move quickly through my introduction, but that seems to have backfired.
No, we're gonna focus a little bit longer. No.
Well, then I will point out it is bees, all caps, exclamation mark. All of those required.
John.
You said the whole thing, like the Tribe Called Quest.
I'm John. I'm playing both the profile card, jumping around as William does, and also Koltarn, the orc artificer who is not part of that naming convention.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Kendall Fairchild, Eladrin Warlock of Daddy.
That's what it says right there on the profile card.
Yep.
And you give me shit about the name.
That requires no explanation.
Well,
If it requires
agree to
explanation, I think people need to look
disagree.
inside themselves.
Agree to disagree, my friend.
Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Mistel in Varan Rogue, not a bird or a bee.
And then Cody.
Cody, I'm playing Varush Arul, the Loxodon Oath of Watchers Paladin, and On Trails of Stardust is the Eldritch horror type shit he's on the keeping an eye out for.
I didn't know that K was pronounced as an L.
Anyway,
You may have changed how you spelled your last name between when you gave it to me and when you just said it.
Nope, it's been the same the whole time.
Arush Alrul. Yeah, that's the way it's been ever since I've known it.
Henry.
This is our best intro yet.
you say that at least half the time.
Because we keep
better all the
outdoing
time.
ourselves.
Exactly.
When last we left off, the group had a celebration interrupted by the arrival of the Necros Pirates, a group of undead space pirates who were apparently looking for something on this planet that led to an all-out assault. with a variety of different adventurers moving on to try and combat the pirate invasion. The group and it ended up in an encounter with a group of pirates and some shadow beasts in the town square, which was interrupted by the arrival of the pirate queen Nyx herself, who told them to stop wasting their goddamn time and shot one of them as an example, and the other two proceeded to move off with her. As the group is recovering from the end of that, with Gideon seeking his home to check on his family, and with Coltarn running after to try and perform some healing, group is the group is also alerted to some shit going down back at the Journeys Ahead tavern as they hear a scream from one of the occupants. And that's where we pick up, starting with Gideon as you stumble your way into I'm trying to think of the proper term for the establishment. Brothel, that's the word I'm thinking for.
Say brothel.
I thought you were trying to doctor it up because I was gonna say it's a brothel, dog. You call it a brothel. That's what it is.
No, the word brothel was not coming to my head.
Apparently,
Gotcha.
I spelled Varush al Rule correctly everywhere except on the actual image.
That is amazing.
Like,
John.
the name of the PSD is Al Rule, the name of the image is Al Rule, but on the image itself, I put a K.
Like, no hate. I have no room to talk about making typos, but that is fantastic.
Pretty great.
I have a special
Proud of you,
skill,
bud.
and I fixed it.
So I walk in, I call my mamas by name, individually.
What are their names?
How many of them are there?
There are 6. Mama Leah, Mama Aaron, Mama Harriet, Mama Ellie, Mama Nina, Mama Vi. I sent them to you in a message last week.
Yep.
So you have their races as well.
Indeed. And let me pull up that information so that I've got it. Yeah, and the first one to come running is the dwarven one, Mama Vi, who is just like as you enter the room, just sort of comes charging down the stairs, looking, Gideon, are you all right? Oh, you look terrible. And she just kind of runs down, goes to check up on you, and is immediately tending to the various wounds that you've got on you.
Where's everyone else? Is everyone okay?
Everyone's fine. We're able to take care of ourselves. Don't worry about us. You look like you've been shot several times. God. What did I tell you about getting out of the way of the guns?
I was trying to come here to find you.
When the people with guns are between here and there, here isn't the best place to be because you've got to cross the guns.
Yep, but Mama, they were coming. They were here. They were in the courtyard. They were there, and
so you ran across them instead of dealing with them first.
Well, no, I was also dealing with them, sort of. I flew up. I was up. I was in the air.
So you got away from any cover.
Yeah. I was just worried, Mama.
We can take care of ourselves. I promise you that. And it's at roughly that point that there's a thump on the door as it opens up, and you can see the large form of the Lawmaster leaning into the door with an assault rifle, just sort of cocked and ready. Everyone else in here all right? They say as they look around.
And behind her, a pile of bees, a fairy, and another orc approach
them.
Behind them, a pile of bees, a fairy, and another orc.
Everything all right? And Vi looks over. Lawmaster, we're all right. Everything's going all right. We should be good. No one's injured here except for Gideon. And Lawmaster nods. All right, I'm going door to door. If there's any more trouble, come and get me. It looks like most of them are retreating. Keep an eye out. I don't know why they were here. And Lawmaster disappears to continue heading door to door.
Thank you.
I can't wait for the spin-off series where we all play Gideon's mamas.
That's just the name of it.
Mama's
Gideon's Mom.
house. It's just the apostrophe is moved over one.
But then Bees and Coltarn are in the door behind. So
And Mistel was riding bees.
yes. So all of that
Um,
happens.
And Bees is-
Everyone's fine, bees. I just got busted.
I took the things off the corpses like you said. Hi, Mama Vi. Gideon got shot, but it's okay. We're here. I have a new friend. They smell really nice. Also, this one is a doctor, but not a cop or a pirate.
Bees, really? The
What did I
first thing you
forget?
do is snitch on me. You should have said everything else first and then snitch on me.
Oh, okay. Mama Vi. Hi. I'm here. I have a new friend. They smell nice. I have another
Never mind,
person
bees.
that's a
Never mind,
doctor.
bees. Never mind. Never mind, bees. Never mind.
Okay.
Holy cow.
So I step into the room, crouching as I need to. I don't know. Look over at Gideon. Do you have any allergies?
No.
Cool. And I pull out a small, like, vial, slot it into a needle gun, and just sort of lean over and into the arm.
That's nice. What was it?
You are healed for 8. You get 8 hit
Sweet.
points. It's a complex formula blending nanotechnology and some amount of troll genetic material bonded magic chemically in order to stimulate rapid regeneration of damaged tissue within a given subject.
Who's it now?
It cures most things.
Oh, sweet.
Anyways, there was screaming. I'm going to go check it out. Nice to meet you. Turns, walks out, heads back towards the bar.
Mama Erin here. She'll be proud of me. Or she'll be proud of us.
Sorry, what was the question, Bees?
Is Mama Erin here?
Mama Aaron. Vi looks over. Erin's keeping an eye out for everyone else. When things started going south, she started running around trying to make sure that everyone else was okay. She's probably out patrolling right now.
Okay, tell her I stole some guns. Tell her we stole some guns.
Mama Aaron would think I did good.
Mama Erin's also the reason most of you get in trouble, isn't it?
Are we in trouble?
No, you're
No,
not.
we're
in
not
trouble.
in trouble.
See, Gideon, we told you we were the best bees.
Mama Erin's the reason you end up running head to head with the Lawmaster all the time.
I mean, that's not entirely false. Although I would argue that the Lawmaster is more the reason I end up running into the Lawmaster most of the time. But semantics, I guess.
Look, the Lawmaster's just doing their job to try and protect most of us in the city. It's more than I can say for most security and law enforcement on most planets. The fact that the Lawmaster here is actually here to protect and uphold the law rather than enforce the will of whoever has the most money and power. It's something you won't see in many other worlds. So
Yeah.
respect them for that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go see what that screaming was about. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. Because I gotta stay here. No, wait. I don't have to stay here. Please, we don't have to stay here. The mamas are fine. We can go see what the screaming was about. Bye, mama.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bye, Mama.
Be careful.
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
goodbye. Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Mister, we're going this way now. Hold on.
We're adults now, sort of.
We're 2.
Beast, don't spoil it, okay? Let's just go see what's going on.
Okay.
So I
Maybe there's
assume
some-
Kendall and Till and Varouge were the closest to the screaming when it happened, right?
It was coming from the place that you had just come from. So everyone who was on the southern ends, yeah, Kendall, Till, and Varouche would have been the closest.
All right. So yeah, when there's screaming, Till basically looks over at Kendall. Miss Fairchild, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Did you get injured?
No,
All right.
I mean, I think this dress is ruined, but
Physically, you're
I'm
all right.
fine.
All right. Good.
What's that noise?
Varouche
Someone
running
screaming.
Oh,
It happens when pirates attack. Usually they're screaming.
should we go and see?
Till's going to do his best to make a tactical analysis of the surroundings and see if there seem to be any imminent threats in the immediate area, and then secondarily towards where the screaming is coming from.
The scream was a one-off, like a scream of horror, like someone just saw something horrendous and screamed. But aside from that, there doesn't appear to be any immediate threats in the vicinity or leading that way.
And did Varouche run off? Did you say?
Yeah,
Cody?
yeah. As soon as when you asked, I was muted, but when you asked Kendall if she was hurt, and she's like, "No, I'm fine," he was like, "That's good enough for me," and turned and started running towards the scream.
We'll follow our Loxodon friend then. Safety in
All
numbers,
right.
you know?
Swish, swish, swish. Walks along, going through their data pad, flipping, scrolling through, walking behind.
Until just has a gun loaded, cocked, ready, and is watching every possible angle that he can and following Varouche. And making sure that Kendall doesn't fall behind. And checking rooftops.
Kendall is doing none of those observing things. Not a bit.
I believe it.
So the group of you make your way back to Journeys Ahead. And as you enter, you find that the majority of the tavern has emptied out. There aren't that many people left, aside from the staff, including Vira, who is Mama Vi's sister, who's another dwarf, who was the person who screamed, from what you can tell, just from familiarity with her voice and where she's standing. She's the only member of the staff left in the building. The other two seem to have run off to help with the rest of the town. She was staying to hold down the building. And you see Karos and Sonus, the heads of the Adventurers Guild, who had also seemed to stay around to help defend the building. But the three of them are standing over and sort of inspecting what appears to be an unfamiliar dead body that has appeared within the confines of Journeys Ahead. It's unique looking, to say the least. It's the shape of the body itself is what you would associate with a tiefling, those who are of fiendish heritage, so with some kind of Zarhemian ancestry. The sort of pale reddish skin and curling horns around the top of their head, with sort of long black hair flowing down. Dressed in an outfit that you've never seen the like of before. It's almost a combination between some kind of bodysuit and magical interface attire. And the most shocking thing is that from their spine, they're laying face down, but from the base of their spine going up to their shoulders and blossoming out along the lengths of their arms are a series of 1-inch circular puncture wounds that have no blood, but just these holes in their back and arms that are like about a 1-inch hole each that seem to be completely devoid of anything, like just a blackness on their body as they lay face down on the ground, collapsed and not breathing, presumably dead.
That's unusual.
Real quick, gonna do a divine sense to make sure it is dead and not undead?
It is definitely dead. You're not getting any sense of creature like living creature off of it or undead creature.
Does my symbol oh wait, no, that only works on celestials, fiends, and undead. Does my symbol trigger off of celestial or fiend from this?
There's a sense of fiendish energy, but you're not certain if that's just residual or something else. But it's not. You're not sensing any active creatures.
Okay.
From the back, you just hear, "Oh my god, that's so funny."
And the Vira kind of looks up as Varush enters and just, we were here protecting, and he just sort of fell out of thin air, just died. He was already dead when we got to him, but he just sort of fell out of thin air.
Sorry, what? Ew.
You recognize this individual?
I'd never seen him before in my life. And Karos and Sona sort of kneeling down. There's something familiar about him, but I'm not able to place him anywhere.
Till's looking at the wounds specifically. Does it look like anything he's ever seen before? Can he gain any, like, what would cause these, or what sort of effects would one expect from these? Did somebody try and take his synovial fluid and just grab his arms as well? You know, that kind of thing.
Roll investigation.
Ooh, I'm really bad at that. 9.
Well, 9, you're not able to learn much. What you are able to learn is that these holes didn't kill him.
Okay.
These holes look to have been here for a while. There's like parts of his outfit are designed around these holes that have been placed all over his back and arms. The thing that killed him is that there's a gaping hole through his chest from the front as you turn him over that looks like he's been run through with something.
Well, I think this individual died of getting massively stabbed.
I mean, you think?
Checking on Kendall to make sure that she's not doing anything stupid or putting herself in any danger.
Nope. She is currently just looking over the shoulder, just seeing what she can see as well.
And this is about the time
I don't recognize this figure at all, do I?
Nope.
Okay.
This is about the time that everyone else would show up as well.
I will go ahead and roll an investigation too, because you never know. Nope. Nothing.
Kendall and Till, Detective Agency. This is great.
Right.
Yep, is definitely the big hole. That definitely did it.
So what's going on in here?
Hole in person. Ew.
Oh, is that what she's screaming about? The guy that's dead?
From what you can gather, yes, that's what Vira had screamed about, because a dead body just fell out of thin air in front of her. And so she screamed as she would.
Oh, it fell out of... You mean like he wasn't here? And then he showed up and he was dead?
No, I was standing here and then something happened and that thing fell out of thin air and fell over.
Can I take a look at it and see if I can put anything together from that description and what it looks like?
Yeah.
Roll me, investigation or arcana.
I did a investigation, got 18.
Yeah, so we'll see how the two of you do.
Arcana for 21.
So with an 18 investigation, the wound that you're seeing is devoid of any kind of viscera or blood. Like the gaping hole in their chest is completely empty. There aren't even any organs on the inside of the chest, which to you speaks of void entities damage, something from Ganunga Gap, the things that eat everything. So definitely some kind of attack by a void creature, which is maybe not super surprising because it looked like the pirates had void entities under their command because they were walking with void walkers, but you don't see any signs of other intrusion that would indicate a pirate attack. So this would have been just a void entity rather than like a physical attack. And with a 21 Arcana, this individual has the scent of recent magic about them, something between illusion and conjuration. So they may have either just been here and then fallen over, or arrived here as they were dying, but they definitely weren't just standing in the room and died. Something was either concealing or brought them here as they were dying.
Do they have an ID chip on them or anything?
As you look them over, there is no form of identification here.
So I pull out a small data pad with a scanner attached to it and just sort of crouch down over the body, and I'm going to cast Identify on it to see if there are any magical effects lingering that were on it previously that it can identify. Or anything still going.
Go ahead.
Go on, Camille.
I was just gonna say, if I can do this without getting in their way too much, I'm gonna try to look for any like identifying markings or like tattoos or brands or anything like that, that might indicate this person was like a slave or something like
that. Roll me a perception check.
You got it. 16.
With a 16, you don't see any unique identifiers. In fact, there seems to be a lack of unique identifiers is actually what stands out to you. There is nothing that would tell you where this person is from. There's no planet markings. There's no like clan markings. There's nothing to identify who they are.
No slave brand, nothing.
They seem completely clean slate.
Except for the weird holes.
Except for the weird holes in their back and obviously the gaping hole in their chest.
Hey guys. Does anybody notice that? I mean, where's this guy from?
My first guess is from a very bad teleportation. My second guess is whatever this information will spit out.
So the identify spell,
it takes a minute.
Points out. It takes a minute, but after a minute, it points out a lingering presence of magic that is rapidly fading. It's not able to identify any particular spell, but just that there was a lot of magical energy around this person that vanished around the time it fell out of the air.
What do I know? Since the description was they fell out of the air, what do I know about the mechanics of teleportation in this world? Like when you teleport, say I was going to cast teleport and I'm targeting this bar and I'm on a planet on the other side of the galaxy. The mechanics of how that happens. What happens there?
So most traditional teleport spells cannot take you across planetary boundaries. Even regular teleport as a spell only works roughly speaking within 1 million miles. There are specialized teleportation magic that are designed to carry people across the galaxy, and things that cross like dimensional boundaries, like Dream of the Blue Veil, can take you from world to world. But traditional teleportation magics are limited to planetary scale rather than intergalactic scale. And the plane shift will only take you to alternate planes within the planetary realm of where you're at. And gate can only go so far as well. You need very specific or powerful magic to cross intergalactic distances with a teleportation spell.
And do I have any idea of those since it's rare? Do I have any idea of what kind of technology or spells might be able to do that?
The most common form of teleportation magic that can cross galactic boundaries is
the void gates, I would assume.
Void gates.
Yeah.
And gap-based teleportation. Anything that travels through Gununga Gap is able to cover those distances very easily.
So
the most common source of technology that would allow someone to do that is precursor tech. That's just the most common.
Yeah. Do I know what would happen if you were to, say, be jettisoned out of the airlock mid-void jump?
you would probably no longer exist because
Okay.
the void is a realm that eats. It is the realm of emptiness and hunger. And someone being jettisoned out of a ship's void shields mid void jump is equivalent to dumping someone in super acid.
Yeah. So they wouldn't, like, bits of them wouldn't materialize elsewhere in the galaxy. They would just be gone for good.
As far as you know, they would either be eaten or turned into a void creature.
All right. So yeah. So after sort of analyzing it for a little bit, so my suspicion is that they were already on planet, hiding from something, or coming to get something, and ran across something very bad. Something bad enough to eat them through space.
With an 18, would you say that I'm familiar with this creature's smell now? This corpse's smell?
Probably, yeah.
Would I
Smell of a
be
dead
able to
body.
see if I could follow, if there's a scent that I could follow?
There is no scent that you can follow, unfortunately. It just appears here. There's no trace.
Okay.
There's no lingering anywhere else. This thing
That's-
just showed up.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it did just show up and wasn't like crawling on the ceiling and then keeled over and died and fell.
Pretty sure the answer to this question is yes, but we've already searched him, correct?
Yes, he doesn't have anything on him. The only the things that make him unique, he has no possessions aside from his clothing. His clothing is very specifically tailored and magitechnically augmented to work around these holes in his back and on his arms. Like he's got like on the back of his palm is one of these holes, and they're just like little 1-inch diameter black empty spaces on his body that go up his arms, across his shoulders, and down his spine.
And when you say black empty spaces, we're not talking about there's a hole and you can see tissue and bone and whatnot inside. It's literally, it's full of black.
Yeah, there
These
is just
holes-
black.
These
Okay.
holes clearly do something,
Do I
serve some purpose.
recognize the Magitech on his outfit, or like
No.
the make, like who would have?
There
made
is like that's the second weird thing about his outfit is you can't tell who made it.
Does it look precursor?
Maybe you've never really seen like extant precursor personal outfits that haven't been like sealed, and this looks custom built even for that. Like
Yeah.
if this was precursor tech, it was custom built precursor tech
But
from the precursor age.
yeah, but it's not like somebody built this and I recognize their signature. It's
No, absolutely.
it's
not.
custom built. I just don't know by who.
Yeah.
Mistel's gonna fly over and poke one of the little black holes.
As you sort of reach in, there's just nothing there. Like there's a wall to it, but it has no texture or sense of touch. Like you can see that your finger can't go to the exteriors of this hole, but it's not like
Mhm.
touching the inside of a wound. There's just nothing there.
These are weird.
What are you doing?
I'm poking it.
Oh, we can go inside. One of the wasps lands and just tries to crawl into the hole.
It's like sitting on the inside of like a pot. There, it's smooth and there's nothing there.
Okay. So the darkness is coming from whatever the material is on the walls. It's not like a hole into space or something. There's a definite bottom.
Yeah, there is a bottom and there is a side, but it's has no texture or sense of interaction. It's just a black space.
Okay. Have I ever
Dude, don't
encountered
do things
anything
like that.
Have we ever encountered anything like that?
Not that you've seen.
Yeah,
Perhaps
weird.
we should take this to
I mean,
Uh,
where would you take it?
Isn't there a local oracle of some sort?
Yeah,
What's
everyone is
Yes.
aware that the Oracle of Nocturna is one of the more popular reasons that adventurers get their start here. And if you can reach her and survive, she can typically answer some variety of questions or tell you about your future, depending on what her mood strikes.
I mean, she might be able to tell us who he is, where he came from, but do we really need to bother? It's a corpse. It's a weird corpse, but it's a corpse.
Except, what if there's more of them coming? And what if whatever this thing could do is a problem.
I mean, if there's more corpses coming, I don't know how that's a problem, but I do agree that whatever killed it might be.
Or whatever killed it might be. We don't know what those things did before it was dead.
Or why it showed up here once it was dead.
Or why it was coming here that made it show up here once it was dead.
I look over towards the barkeep and folks that are here. So is this oracle a long ways away or next door?
It's not a short trip. It's not a short trip, but a few days through the wilderness. If you're going by foot, anyway.
I look over the others. Do y'all have ships?
I have wings.
No.
We do
I could
too.
steal a ship.
So do I.
I mean,
Wait, who's
I
was
just,
it
I just
Gideon
sort of
said?
I just sort of let that sentence from Gideon just go by.
Gideon, not in front of the cop.
What? They asked.
Where's the cop? I look around.
You're a cop. What kind of cop are you?
I'm not. I just make sure that things from other planes don't fuck with things on this plane.
Hey, I'm
You
from
have
this
to-
plane. It's cool.
You have to tell us if you're a cop.
That's not how that works at all.
My
Mama-
internet just
Mama Erin told me
died,
that.
so I missed that.
Mama
whatever it
Aaron did
was.
not tell you that. Stop lying on Mama Aaron.
Bees said to Varush, you have to tell us if you're a cop.
Oh.
You a cop? You got to tell us if you're a cop.
All right, well, give me a minute.
And
Oh,
yes,
sorry,
not
Jerry.
how that actually works, at least in the US, but
Sorry, Jeremy.
okay, it's only been 3 minutes.
sorry, Jared.
No, it's fine. I'm giving you a hard time.
What?
So she's hi. Sorry,
Hello.
not to interrupt, but are we just gonna ignore the idea or accept that it's just coincidence that this happens when out there just happened?
That's actually a really good point.
Thank you.
It's a big.
And they're obviously
mean-
connected.
Oh, I'm not obviously. It's a big galaxy. Weird shit happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but two weird things in one day in the same town?
Yeah.
At almost the same time.
This is sort of the town where weird things happen, Karo says.
Look, I'm just saying that
Personas.
Queen Pirate Bitch shows up.
Oh, is that her name?
It is
No,
now.
that's not her name.
It is totally
Don't-
her name. It is.
Don't tell him that. He's gonna call her that to her face.
How did you meet her?
Beast. Focus.
I am focused. I'm not
Anyway,
focused.
Queen Pirate Bitch shows up. All of that goes on, and right as they leave, this teleports in. Like, sure, there's coincidence, and then there's that level of timing that is like, come on.
And we also just don't. We also
She
don't,
had me, and then she lost me.
We also don't know what they were doing here in the first place. So maybe this is just something they did while they were here.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with them at all.
Doubtful.
Though I guess we'd get the answer to that by taking it to the Oracle anyways.
Yeah, I think that's a solid plan. Well, you guys have fun with that. Let's go home, Beast.
Okay.
As you say that,
Really?
Vyra kind of looks at you. Are you serious, Gideon?
No, I wasn't serious. I thought he was gonna protest or something.
It's bees. What did you think they were going to do? They go along with everything you say.
We sure
I don't
do.
know. I was not helping. Peace. Sometimes I
Okay.
forget. You know, okay? I forget sometimes. We'll go. We'll go. We're gonna go. I'm curious.
Okay.
So I've spent that entire exchange putting my large mechanical like backpack down and opening hatches and pulling things out and connecting things, and very rapidly I fabricate an orc the size of me, who, hang on, let me look at the thing. With sort of bronze plated chest and muscles and arms, large, bulky, like look almost like they were taken off of a mech suit at some point. Boots, red taloned fingers, and that red skull with the cabled wiring in the head that he had been messing with earlier, sort of on top, and you can tell it's an orc skull with cybernetics inside it, or it's a metallic orc skull specifically, not like a real bone skull, with a blackened metal jaw, platinum teeth, and red the rest of the skull with two large purple diodes for eyes in it, with an additional backpack on it.
It's not creepy at all.
All right, Tolbar, let's take you for a test run. And just sort of reach over and just sort of like manipulate a small panel underneath one arm and then close it. And there is... And so it just
Get in, that's
straightens up.
behind the bar.
It sort of straightens up. I'm assuming none of you want to carry a body for 8 days.
Preferably no.
Sorry, what?
I thought we were stealing a ship.
They get easier to carry.
Apparently, we're not stealing a ship because the not cop is here, but he's not a cop, so I don't know why we're not stealing a ship.
Who's not a cop?
I'm
That
not.
guy.
None of us are a cop.
Well, the other reason you wouldn't be stealing a ship, says a voice from behind you as you all look over and see Lawmaster walking in,
Oh,
is that there aren't really any ships to steal right now. Most of the ships are already in orbit trying to fight off the Pirate Queen's fleets.
hey there, buddy. We didn't see you there. How's it going?
Yeah,
Lawmaster just kind of looks at you. Don't try.
I was going to point that out, but I thought it'd be
I'm not
funny when
trying
they
anything.
realize
I
it
just-
later.
Wait, do we need
We
a
were
ship?
having a casual conversation. It's cool.
You really don't need a ship to get to the Oracle's place as long as you know what you're doing. Honestly, it's really hard to get a ship there. It's deep in foliage and there's no good landing zones.
Oh,
Do you have
Okay.
one?
huh?
No,
Do you have?
I live on this planet.
No, I was asking Kendall. These were asking Kendall.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry.
Do I have one right now? No, but I can get one.
Okay. Could I have one? Could we have one?
Can you steal a ship too?
No. Well, I don't have to steal it. I just have to call my dad.
Mr. X-Nay
Oh.
He'll get us a ship.
Wow.
You know, if all thieves were as brazen in front of the local law enforcement about this kind of stuff, it would make my job so much easier.
Hey, I'm not stealing anything.
I know you're not. I know you're
I'm-
not.
What's your name?
Who are you
Me?
asking?
Kendall.
Okay.
Kendall Fairchild.
Are you a choice mark?
Peace, really?
She
That's
is
what
not.
Mama.
the-
That's what Mama Eric calls people.
Peace! Stop it!
I like you.
We like you too. Is Kendall carrying anything that is obviously money?
Kendall.
He might technically be made out of money.
I was gonna say. I feel like that's a question that would be better asked in the
Is there anything
reverse.
she's
Is there
carrying that
anything she
doesn't
does
look like
not
it's made
look
out-
like it's
yeah.
made of money? Yeah. Mhm.
Right. Bees are gonna try to lift something obvious.
Me.
While Kendall is talking to them?
Yeah. they're sort of swarming around a little bit, and the ones that swarm around in back, I now have my mage hand from Swarm Keeper, so I'm effectively doing a sleight of hand with the mage hand if I can.
Roll sleight of hand with disadvantage because you're in the middle of a group with everyone and people are talking, and then Kendall, roll perception with advantage.
Okay. You'll still win because me dice.
And Till roll as well as Kendall's bodyguard.
Absolutely.
Advantage or standard?
Still advantage.
I'll be damned.
So both of you see this very clumsy attempt by a childlike individual to try and do a thing that they've been taught on reflex.
I think it's effectively you just see a bunch of wasps tugging at a bracelet.
That's not very good.
Around her wrist.
Yeah, they're just trying to actively pull it off.
Bro, I just said.
I'm sorry. That's mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Beast. Kendall is a friend.
Okay. I do like
what
you.
Did Mama say, Aaron? What did Mama Aaron say about friends?
Don't steal too much.
Not...
I believe the phrase was "you don't steal from friends because friends are the things that keep you standing when your back's against the wall." Lawmaster says. I've spoken to Mama Aaron a few times.
That one. That's the one. Those words. Exactly.
I like you when you're not making us get in. We like you when you're not making us get in trouble, Lawmaster.
I like you too a lot when you're not actively getting into trouble. You're good kids. And when your marks aren't people who are actively important to the community, I tend to look the other way.
What does that mean? Does that mean what I think it means?
Well, I don't know what you think it means.
It means we can steal from people who aren't important.
It means he knows we've stolen a lot more than we ever realized.
They, by the way.
Sorry. That means they know we've stolen a lot more than we ever realized.
Okay.
Erin's good. Even she can't keep out of my sight all the time.
Fair point. So, the Oracle. 8 days.
I thought y'all just wanted to keep talking while the body decomposed on the floor.
We should probably
Is
get
it actually decomposing like as we
no, in fact it's not. In fact it looks like there hasn't even set in rigor mortis, like the body is still flexible.
That was actually Kendall speaking though. Like, is it actually decomposing? Not like in a we're all dying kind of way, but like, what are you talking about? It's fine. I mean, it's dead, but it's fine.
Decomposing is a slow process, relatively.
Yes.
Yeah,
that would
we
be a
should
very
probably
long
wrap
talk.
that in something so that we don't have to deal with that as much while we're traveling.
It was a joke. Tolbar. And Tolbar just picks the body up.
Bill's kind of side-eyeing this whole thing because we have active law enforcement here, and Till's wondering if they are going to object to us just taking a body away.
Dibs. The universal rule.
I mean,
it's above the law.
The gist that you're getting from this is that Lawmaster is aware of your intent to bring it to the Oracle and seems to think that's probably the only way you're going to find any actual answers. So
Baruch is like, I've got jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, the Oracle's the only person who could tell me what the hell this body's doing in my city. So please take it to the Oracle, ask them what they know about it, and if there's any good information, bring it back to me. But at the moment, I'm still trying to deal with the remains of a pirate invasion in orbit. So one dead body disappearing from the streets is a thing I can overlook when I'm dealing with a number of walking dead in orbit.
By the way, Lawmaster, have
The
you ever
Walking
actually
Dead
been to the
in
Oracle?
space.
Once or twice. It's only been when it's particularly important, and the first time that I came here when I first moved to this planet, but it's been a while.
Well, you said that there's rather dense foliage around it, so that makes flying above rather unlikely. But like, is the foliage wide enough that maybe I could fly in the forest, or are the trees closer together?
You could probably get enough wingspan to actually fly around inside, but there's no room for a starship to land.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm a lot smaller than Sergeant. Because otherwise, Phil and me are going to be
Uh,
Did we just lose Camille?
We're in the process of losing Camille.
Camille's a robot.
no. Oh, am I here?
Camille's just dropping
You're,
packets
you're,
all over the
cut,
floor.
you're cutting in and out.
Oh, all right. Let me try something.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum.
Let's do that. All right. I just turned my Wi-Fi off, so hopefully my data is better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's better so far.
So I said all I said was otherwise Phil and me are going to be pretty damn useless in there.
Phil just sort of gives a little bit of a quiet smile, which probably looks weird considering half of his grill is kind of messed up from that scarring on his left cheek. But
You look like you could use some
All right,
medicine.
fine. I'm going to be mostly useless in there.
I bet I can fly there.
Of course you can fly there. You're like half an inch tall.
We don't think you're
I'm
useless.
just over
Gideon.
a foot.
Tomato, tomato.
You have
There's a difference.
Bees is going to be fine because bees is,
Bees.
different. And
closer to your normal habitat, I would say, for most of your species.
right, exactly. Meanwhile, everything I can do is from the air. Well, not everything, but I'm most effective from the air.
You know weapons work when you're on the ground, too.
Yeah, but I can't move as quickly or as well.
It'll be
Well,
okay.
it's reasonably moot point anyway, since apparently the environment is open enough that we'll be able to maneuver all right. So
You should be able
I
to
think
fly
we'll be
just
all
fine.
right. Gideon.
Good. All right, does anyone need anything else before we move
Also,
out?
you've been throwing out the 8 days number. It's really more about 3.
A map would be nice.
Yeah, I can get you that.
Lawmaster, can we ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Is the Oracle important to the community?
Bees,
Yes.
really?
I don't know if you can steal from someone who can see into the future.
It'd be
Not a good
difficult.
idea, Bees.
Who here is important to the community?
The people that live here.
Okay.
And honestly, if these people are your friends, they're also important to the community.
Okay.
I don't mind you using your talents I don't mind you using your talents to mark the individuals who come here who have no business being here and won't be staying long. Just try and keep it off of the people that actually live here and contribute.
Okay.
And
Wow,
Jackson,
all right.
Jackson's an asshole. I don't really care about him, but
Okay. Who's Jackson?
Jackson's this one crotchety old dude who lives like out of town, like a few miles, and is just like anytime someone gets anywhere near him, he's yelling and griping about it. He's the town curmudgeon.
It's a well-respected job. Someone has to do it.
Long and glorious history.
Baruch is just still contemplating in his head. The lawmaster just said, "Just steal from tourists and assholes. I don't give a shit."
Basically, yeah.
Effectively.
Look, Lawmaster has enough to worry about with literal fucking with bloodkin and pirate invasions that really they don't have enough time in the day to deal with petty theft for tourists and assholes.
I don't care who took your fucking sunglasses. You buy new ones.
Basically.
Bill is also sort of looking sideways at Miss Fairchild currently, given that apparently a group of more or less strangers has suggested that we all go on a 3-day hike into a swamp, and she's not raising any objections to this.
I mean, yeah. So are we just gonna walk there?
I fly.
I mean, how you get there's up to you
I'm
if you want
also
to go.
flying, so
I'm walking.
Is there some sort of, I don't know, transportation of some kind?
I mean, you find one of the mechanics, you could probably hitch a dust runner out there.
That sounds better. I like that plan.
Do I know what a dust runner is?
Oh yes, everyone knows what a dust runner is.
What?
A dust runner is the name for basically any. There are ground vehicles and then there are dust runners. Ground vehicles, as in like your standard car and like air car that are not meant for combat and not meant for rough terrain. You can find anywhere. Dust runners are specialized vehicles that are meant for all-terrain environments. They're the equivalent of military or like combat vehicles, whether they're just jumped up civilian units or anything in between. They are all unified, known as dust runners, because the primary engine source of a dust runner is a small miniaturized Stardust engine.
Just what this group needs, a truck with a 50 cal on the back.
Right.
Like if you think Mad Max vehicles, those would be dust runners. Anything from a Mad Max car to like a ground-based mech would be considered a dust runner.
Yes, we should do one of those. Absolutely. But if we can find one my dad makes.
aren't those like expensive?
That's why I said you could. That's why I said hitch a ride. If you find one of the mechanics, they might be willing to lend you or drive you out there.
You can also just walk/fly.
Kendall's dad is a mechanic.
No.
Till
No.
actively kind of like
No.
Just
You
with
said
as
they
many
make
times as she's brought up her father and the fact that she's obviously an Eladrin, is Fairchild anywhere on the Void Keepers?
Roll history.
All right.
Or religion,
Say,
whichever.
they're fairly prominent business company defense contractors
Ooh.
and shit. So
You know the Fairchild business name is like a famous like natural order originating, although they don't associate, like they're not considered to be a umbrella under the natural order government, but they're a defense contractor. They make starships, they make weapons, they make vehicles, they make a variety of different things. It's
Okay.
sort of like it's sort of like
it's Halliburton.
my dad is Mr. Chevrolet.
Okay.
Question.
Mr. Ford, my
I-
father.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I can get that. I went to school with somebody whose family owned the entire west coast of gas stations in Michigan, so I can get that.
I don't think my
Nice.
father, the inventor of toaster strudel.
So, William, what's Halvard's opinion on the Fairchilds? As I'm assuming he would have one.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. The Fairchilds do decent business. He's always thought they were a shady family, though. They have good coin, so his weapon designs have been good, and he's done work for them. But he always feels like he needs to take a shower after he gets done with a Fairchild job.
So just a pause. Oh, those Fairchilds.
Yes, you know them?
Yeah,
Awesome. So
yeah.
I'm gonna I would be willing to bet that we can find a mechanic and I can say, hey, look, I can put a good word in. You can probably get a discount on stuff. And we can just get one.
Or we can just walk.
Or we can get one.
What, afraid you're gonna get dirty, princess?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I don't.
Are you a princess?
Hey,
no.
William,
Yeah.
She might
would
as
I be
well.
able to
Neat.
find out what kind of wildlife is in the areas that we're going through?
As Lawmaster brings you all a map to look at, and they'll show you where on the planet. Go ahead and just roll me a nature check.
$18.
There you go.
So, aside from the swamp itself, which is going to present its own hazard unless you've got an appropriate vehicle like a dust runner designed for it, which will be its own problem and like dealing with exhaustion of the heat and the humidity and just the general swamp environment. The most likely threats that you'll find out there, aside from just large animals like big scorpions and other swamp creatures, would be bloodkin raiders, which are, as had been mentioned previously, the primary hostile creature on the planet. They roam the entire area that isn't completely owned by civilization, and the Oracle being out in the middle of nowhere intentionally, bloodkin tend to have like camps or outposts or enclaves just in the vicinity. So dealing with them is pretty common whenever you're heading through the area.
What kinds
the
of
Oracle-
things? Go ahead,
ahead.
Getty. What kinds of things would we want to have on hand to try to barter with them?
You don't barter with bloodkin. If they see you, they try and kill you. People have
Yeah,
tried to
but-
barter. People have tried to barter with bloodkin, and after their envoys kept getting killed, bartering stopped and shooting started first.
That's what I was afraid you were going to say.
Are they sentient?
Barely. Like the general understanding is that bloodkin are sentient enough to use weapons and not sentient enough to care about who they're shooting at.
Do we know what species the Oracle is?
The statue outside with the angel wings and the hair is a statue of her.
She's a statue. According to bees, probably.
Yeah, that's
She's a
fair.
statue person.
To most people, she is of angelic descent. She would be considered an ASMR.
Okay, thanks.
Honestly, I don't mind getting a dust runner if it's possible, just because it'll get the body dealt with quicker.
And
gonna
we
have
should
to
certainly
walk-
try that because it will be easier to avoid or battle blood runners with a dust runner.
Exactly.
Those
Bloodkin.
guys. Bloodkin, thank you. Bloodkin with a dust runner.
We won't have to be out there as long. We won't run into Modine then. Whatever. Like, yeah, it's good. Good plan.
Look over at Mistle. Just because it conveniences her doesn't mean it's not a bad idea.
Mistle just crosses her arms, sits on bees, and pouts for a moment.
And look over at Gideon. So is there a mechanic in particular that you're on friendly terms with?
Yeah, sure, a couple. Do I know a mechanic nearby that would be willing to?
Your background is urchin, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say with your background feature and this being the city you grew up in, you know a mechanic or two who you can probably at least get a conversation started, and then someone else can close the deal.
Cool. Then I'm going to
Maybe the
lead the
bitch
party
with all the money.
that way
Lead the way.
Um,
to the nearest one.
several of the torch bees come out of the neck hole of the armor, sort of from the main center of the hive, and place a few little spun bits of sort of hive shell with little dollops of honey on them next to Mistle, because they can tell. That's what I rolled the insight for. They can
Aw.
tell that she's upset.
Thank you. She perks up a little bit.
We made it ourselves.
I can tell. It's good. Thank you.
So, you head out. It's not a long walk to get to the nearest workshop. You end up yeah. Yep. So yeah, you end up outside the major confines of Nox, and yeah.
You ready for a break, William?
No. Sorry, I needed to parse in my head what I was looking for.
We can keep talking shit if you need.
It helps. But you end up, because I had to think of this name, and it was running in my head, and the particular shape of it wasn't forming until literally just now. But you end up at a workshop with big signage outside in neon. That's like that big garish like mechanic shop signage that just says "Smoke on the Walker."
Nice.
So proud of you. So proud of you, dude.
Okay, that's why I said the name was forming in my head, and I was trying to let it percolate.
Fantastic.
I like it.
But you walk inside, and you're greeted with the door. The door rings a bell as you open it, which alerts the people on the inside that you're here, and you hear 1 second, and there's a crashing of metal being put right, and someone sliding out from under a machine, and a few seconds later, a massive orc wearing like overalls and with like a shop rag drenched over their neck, covered in oil, steps out. Welcome to Smoke on the Walker. How can I help you?
Size comparison, me and him, quick.
He's probably a little bit broader than you and about the same height.
All right, I straighten my back slightly.
What's his name?
This would be
Montreux.
What was that?
Montreux, because we all came out to Montreux.
Oh God, yeah, Montreux. I like that.
Perfect.
Montreux was good, my man.
Gideon, what can I get you today?
Well, so all right, so we got a problem, right? We need to go out, into the swamp. We got to go see the Oracle and handle some business. So we need a dust runner. But like we need like a good one, because we ain't trying to get taken out by no bloodshed, you dig? So like what you got? What you could do for it, brother?
We can find another place.
And it takes the rag, wipes some of the oil off of his face for a minute. Okay, so you looking to rent a dust runner to get out to the Oracle? Can probably make something that'll work. Any of you know how to drive one?
Hang on, let me look at my character sheet.
Is there a specific skill for that?
Kendall raises her hand.
Land vehicles.
Hi.
If you got proficiency with land vehicles, then you qualify. So.
No, I don't.
Did anybody take land vehicles?
No, just Kendall.
Yes.
That's great.
We'll drive.
Well, I mean,
Are you kidding? I've been driving dust runners since I was like 5.
Good to know.
I'm surprised by that.
These might be a little bit
I
more...
told you, my daddy literally makes them.
I mean, yeah.
These might be a little bit more grungy than you're used to, but I can probably get you something that'll get you going. And he sort of walks into the back. Let's see. You said you were trying to get to the Oracle. You looking for speed or power?
yes.
Give me one or the other.
I
Come on.
mean, Is it? What's the road? What's the road like? What
Swamp
is there a
mostly.
road?
There aren't a lot of roads.
So maneuverability.
Yep.
That's
All
what we
right.
want.
Let me. And he sort of pulls out. Okay, I've got a
Maneuverability, speed, then power.
All right. I got a vehicle that'll do the job for you. Question is, how are you guys gonna end up paying for the rental?
So I've got a question for you. Hi, sorry,
Mhm.
what was your name again?
Montreux.
Montreux. Hi, I'm Kendall. Kendall Fairchild. So do you do a lot of I'm guessing you probably get lots of have to do lots of orders for parts and the like.
Mm-hmm.
What if I could get you a discount on those?
I'm listening.
So again, my name is Kendall Fairchild.
You see, he sort of
I
recognizes the
can
name
make
for a
some
minute.
phone calls and 10% off for the next year.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
With advantage because you're talking business.
Stardust, where the adventurers sponsor the shop.
24.
With a 24?
Ooh, look at that girl. That girl bad.
All right. I can probably work a deal out. I can get you the runner and enough fuel to get there and back, and make sure you're kitted out with enough ammo to handle off any bloodkin in exchange for some good rep and maybe some good business deals with Fairchild parts. They make good work. So
Awesome. I think we can strike a deal.
all right. Give me just a minute and I'll get you the engine for you. Let's see. Yeah, you said you wanted maneuverability, so let's get you the track and we'll get you going. So yeah, he disappears into the back, and after a few moments, you hear the sound of an engine starting, which there's that like traditional gas rumble in the Stardust setting is largely replaced by the sound of a lightning discharge.
Fair.
Nice.
Because Stardust engines run on electricity. When you run an electrical current through Stardust, it generates power for a very, very long time. And so the traditional startup sound of a Stardust engine is a lightning strike.
Nice.
Hell for teenagers sneaking out at night.
Right.
And then it's a vehicle with a solid combination of like there's two front wheels and then a set of roller tracks on the back. Sort of rolls out into in front of the workshop. It's a large truck with enough space for everyone to fit on it, and a single like top mounted heavy machine gun on it with a pair of extra large fuel tanks in the back.
Cool.
And this is supposed to take us through a swamp?
Oh, it'll do you good.
Yep. Yeah,
absolutely. He indicates to the wheels, and you can see that they're not like rubber, like air wheels. They are like rolling spike balls, basically, that will dig up mulch and just force through.
I'd like to make a technology roll just to see how well put together this thing is, because I'd rather not break down if possible.
We used to use me and my friends used to use this to play pranks on the neighbors and chew up their yard. It'll be perfect.
Any sort of advantage because of my background and
my
class?
Go for it.
Right. 16.
With a 16, it's It's functional more than pretty, but it works. It's pretty solidly built. It should survive unless you do something to it.
Well, yeah, I'll just do a quick once over as it comes out. Yeah, no, this should do good.
We'll drive.
It ain't pretty, but it works.
You can drive bees?
No,
I'll drive.
but we want to.
Come on.
He
I'll tell you
hands
what,
the key.
so-
He hands the keys directly to Kendall.
All right. How about this?
Aw.
How about if we drive until we get into the swamp and then you drive after that?
This is a swamp world.
As soon as
Okay,
we
no,
leave
no,
the
no.
gates.
Okay.
And
so
I was like,
what I
sure,
mean is-
absolutely. Point outside. We're like 5 feet away. It's swamp. You could drive it to there.
It's like to the
No,
end
no,
of the
no, no.
driveway.
I mean, like,
He lives here. He knows the terrain better.
yeah, like let us drive like, an hour out of the city. It'll
He
be fine.
flies. He doesn't know the terrain better.
Okay, but I get that and I hear you, and I would really love to let you drive. The thing is, if anything, if this gets wrecked, which if you don't know how to drive it, it will.
No.
Do you know how to drive?
Sure.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced a
Are
Stardust
you
engine
lying?
explosion?
Yes.
Bees.
No.
I'm driving.
Oh. There's just
Man.
this sort of sad.
I tell you
buzzing.
what, I will show you how to drive.
Okay.
And then
Square deal.
you will start to learn, and then at some point you'll be able to drive yourself.
Totally. Yeah, square deal. We're taking it. Bees, we're taking it.
Okay.
No take backsies.
Cool.
Till is just watching Kendall, and you can see just like, yeah,
Or fucking
Till's just
yeah.
watching Kendall.
The just because it's funny, Till is watching Kendall. Immediately behind Till is Tolbar holding the corpse.
Right. Yeah. Wonderful.
Like Montreux doesn't get paid enough to deal with that.
Mistel will land on Till's shoulder. Hello.
Hi.
So, how do you know her? Points at Kendall.
Carefully.
What do you mean?
I work for her father.
That's unfortunate.
Elias Fairchild is a very well-known businessman, and that sentence just kind of stops.
She'll stay there on his shoulder, kind of swinging her feet.
All right, looks like there's enough room in here so we can load everything up.
Yep.
2 large orcs get in.
How is the seating, if there is any, arranged here?
So there's a front seat that has two like upholstered leather seats for the driver and the co-pilot, and then there's a circle cupola seat right behind it that has the pintle mount for the machine gun, and then there's just like bench seating in the back behind next to the fuel tanks.
Dibs
Okay.
on Gunner.
Oh. We got next.
Till's just gonna take the co-pilot's seat. Then
You missed your chance, Bees.
Oh.
Kendall looks over it, telling me, "This is fun, right?
I hope so.
You'll see."
We wanted to shoot things with the big gun.
Come on, Bees, come sit with me.
Okay.
To be fair, I thought you were gonna go for the co-pilot seat, so I went for the gunner. You
Okay.
didn't call it, man. It's not my fault.
Okay.
I sit in wherever is the best spot to fix shit when it starts breaking.
Probably closer to the front then. Varush, wanting to evenly distribute weight, will sit closer towards the back since that.
Tollbar's back there too.
How much does Tolbar weigh?
Well, he's the same size as me and the same width as me, but made entirely of metal.
Okay, I was gonna say, but
then
made
me
of
and him
metal.
probably are on the same weight. How much do you weigh?
Coltarn's around 300 pounds, so he's probably around 600 pounds.
Okay, and I'm splitting the difference, so I'll sit in the middle.
It's like when Tolbar steps in, you watch the suspension go and not come back up.
That's more just the fact that the truck has a lift, but it can actually take Tolbar's weight.
Oh yeah.
This thing is designed for carrying heavy loads.
Mechanically
That's us,
speaking,
probably.
yeah. Mechanically speaking, is Tolbar a homunculus?
No, he's a steel defender.
Oh, okay.
He's my pet. Air quotes.
And when Varush sits down, he just sets this like rectangular. It almost looks like it's looks like interlocking metal pieces. That's just fairly rectangular, about 8 inches across and 18 inches long, and just sets it on his lap.
Is that food?
No.
What is it?
And he presses a button and it unfolds. Recurve bow without a string. And then he presses another button and it turns on. It's for if shit hits the fan and we need more than that. And he points at the gun.
That happened once. It was really messy.
That would be.
While I'm sitting in the whatever seat I've taken, I pull off from like sort of attached to the back of my belt, a double-barreled sawn-off shotgun, like classic like action heroes sawn-off shotgun. Click it open, pull the shells out of it, pull a what looks kind of like a small blue glowing pair of diodes that are connected together with a bit of silver and platinum, that just on one side just says RPT32, and slot it into the barrels as if they were shells, and just close the breech with a flick. Look at it. Put it back.
All right. Well,
We ready?
do we know where
Let's
we're
rock and
going,
roll.
Miss
That's
Fairchild?
a good question.
We got a map.
I did ask that earlier,
Yeah,
but
you do have a map.
program that. I'm
We
assuming
don't
that
know
there
where to
is
go.
some. Is there some sort of like GPS like system, or is this all?
Yeah,
just...
you can. It's pretty robust, but you can definitely. There's a pathfinding module that you can use to try and locate where you're going.
I will program that in.
Is it called Find the Path?
In addition to that, I will hand Till the data pad with the map on it. Copilot's navigator.
You gotta navigate.
Yes. Somebody should.
We'll do it.
How good are you at that, Bees?
Great.
Great, exceptional. He's awesome. We never get lost when he's leading.
Are you lying? Are you lying again, Bees?
No.
Beef.
Till's gonna make an insight check to see. I mean, Bees is a native species, so they might be good at this. Like he's not presuming this is a lie, but how good is Bees at navigation, Craig? Are Bees?
Let's see. I'm waiting to see what I get.
How good Arby's? I mean, the
I was-
ribbon's pretty nice.
I was
They don't-
gonna
they don't know
go
what
into a
navigation
John
is.
Miller routine about there not being such a thing.
Basically, is Bees proficient in survival?
I mean, they seem very confident about what they're saying, but you also get the impression that they don't know that word.
Okay.
I mean, table talk mechanically, yes, they're proficient
Okay.
in survival. They just don't know what navigation is.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you look over my shoulder and we can figure this out together, huh?
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So you turn the engine on and you start off into the swamp. And yeah, almost immediately, Kendall, you are very glad for having taken this vehicle, because as you look down, you can see these wheels and tracks are just churning through bog and muck. And all of that would have been on your dress if you've been walking.
Yep. That was not happening if we had to get like a fucking horse. Kendall is not walking through that.
Toll bar.
Couldn't we have just gotten the regular kind of horse?
We strap the corpse.
As
Either
opposed to
way,
a fucking horse.
Either way, but I feel like a fucking horse would have been much funnier.
We strap the corpse to Tolbar's back and have Tolbar Princess carry Kendall the whole way.
Also acceptable. Kendall would have been okay with that.
Wondrous.
All right. This is great. So you begin your first day of travel. Is there anything that needs to happen or conversations that need to occur while you're beginning your... This will be only a day and a half, really, because you're cutting down time because you got a vehicle.
Okay, interesting question. Like, how loud? I mean, it's a Stardust engine. How loud is the vehicle?
So once the engine has started, the noise is fairly minimal. There's just sort of this faint background electricity noise from the engine. Like the initial startup is loud, it's a thunder crack, but the rest of it it's fairly low noise once it started. Aside from the constant noise of spiked wheels and tracks churning up bog.
Right.
So I apologize to all the other PCs, but is there a sound system in this?
Yes. Yes, there is.
So
Oh,
pop
boy.
music is playing the whole way there.
Come on, man. You can't. Come on, man. Come on, man. Put something with some bass in it. You can't roll through nothing like this playing pop music. What is man? Come on.
I don't like this song.
Nah, man. You gotta put something
Skip
with some
ahead to
bump
the
in
next
it, man.
song.
I don't like that one either.
You get one more. Skip ahead.
I don't like that one either.
Too
Before
bad.
it even plays.
I'm just.
What's wrong with those crickets?
Ain't nothing gonna be scared away from us, but you playing that, man. You need something with some bass. You need people running drop drills on principle.
I mean,
I'm
out of
telling you, man.
character, the good news is anything that wasn't going to be scared away by the bass will be scared away by Kendall loudly singing along with the pop song
Okay, I didn't
because she cannot sing.
I didn't mind the music, but on that point, is there a way I can subtly sabotage the vehicle?
I don't know about subtly.
McKenna Grace.
Wait,
I
no.
made my wisdom save, so I'm not going to try that either.
Could I make because one of the things I can do with magical tinkering is I can make a sound, I can make an object that continuously emits a sound of my choice, a nonverbal sound of my choice. Is there a way for me to, while listening to the music, listening to a few of the songs, figure out a way to produce a sound that is an anti-wave with the sound coming out of most of the music to disrupt it just enough to make listening to it weird.
I like
Only
the
a
idea that
technology check with intelligence.
I like the idea that you could just make like earplugs.
I could.
And make your life easier.
But
Right.
I like to make experiments. I want to see what happens when half the music for some reason dissipates before it fully reaches its crescendo. How that affects the party. 13.
The complexity of the music would make it difficult to do that with just the level 1 class feature that you have.
Okay,
unfortunately,
that's fine. I think about it for a while. I was like, that's a good idea for later.
Okay, you think about it for later. You sort of file it away.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything about it, though. I will just sort of survey, based on what we had in the battle, the combat capabilities of the party. And just sort of see if I can determine what kinds of weapons everyone relies on, mostly.
Make an insight check if anyone is contesting this.
I mean, it's probably pretty obvious for Till because he is keeping his head on a swivel and cleaning the guns that he scavenged off the pirates. The pair of pistols that he's got.
Varouche just has the heavy blade that hangs off the small of his back and the large laser bow sitting across his lap right now. And depending on the ceiling, and if this is an open top half track, he might just be tall enough to keep his head poked around and also looking.
Yeah, the half track, the trailer, the trailer is open top. It's got guardrails and like protective bunkers, and there's you can pull a tarp over for when you want to avoid all of the insects and stuff, but it is open topped.
Okay. Then yeah,
it's a convertible half track.
Just also keeping an eye out.
Okay, so guns, blade and bow. Bees uses bees.
Bees does. Bees do.
Did I missile? You'd like use like short swords, right?
Yes.
I think I saw that directly. Did I get a sense of? Did I get a sense of if Kindle used anything other than magic?
You only saw magic, I believe.
You only saw magic.
Okay.
Be used.
Harsh language.
And did I see what Gideon was using?
Yeah, Gideon's just using a pistol.
Okay. Did I get a sense of how effective between Till and Gideon, which one's better with their pistols?
They seem roughly equivalent, but
Okay.
you haven't seen too much action to really tell the difference.
Well, actually, I would say you the only thing you saw Till use was a spear.
Yeah, you haven't seen Till use his guns yet.
Actually, yeah. So I'm going to assume Till is the worst of the two because he wasn't using the gun.
Yeah, I think that also matches up with the rolling from last time.
So at some point during the first day, I'm gonna sort of lean up towards the front, onto the co-pilot seat. I don't know if I caught your name. I hold out a hand. Coltarn.
Till Wayland.
Shake it. Coltarn Starbreaker. So,
Looks like everybody here but me has good names.
it's from my dad.
So's hers.
Yeah. Notice you polishing that. You mind if I take a look at it? Before you get the gun.
He'll do the very briefest spin of it backwards.
Take it. Immediately pop the clip out into your lap and pull another one out that looks very similar to the ones that he had loaded into his shotgun, and slide it in, click, and locks it in place. And as it locks in place, there's sort of a small electric that then goes away. Hands it back. Might find it more useful.
Thanks.
It's now a +1 pistol, and it doesn't run out of ammo.
Fucking A.
I have now put repeating shot into my shotgun and his pistol.
Yep. Sounds good.
because a shotgun with repeating shot is good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Infinite spray.
So all of you should have the Smoky Walker special in your handouts now. It's just a framework for the vehicle. It's mostly just a note of what all the vehicle features. It doesn't have much in the way of stats, and in fact uses the pilot stats for dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So they're all just 10s on the character sheet.
All we have is a blank bio page.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's.
Yeah.
Oh,
mine's
hang on, that's right, because it's on because it is.
If it's on the
it's a-
DM
it's a-
section, then
it's
yeah.
it's an NPC sheet right now. So hang on.
We can see NPC sheets if we can control them. If we can't
Yeah,
control
right.
them, we can't see it.
Because it's in your journals and not your
Yeah.
control.
We
There
have to
you
be
go.
able to edit it to see it.
There you go.
There, now we can see it.
Ooh, dope.
At some point on our travels, Mistel will ask Gideon, "Did you tell your moms where you were going, by the way?"
Yeah, so it was going out. It'll be fine.
Did you tell them
Like-
where?
They don't worry until they haven't seen me for a week. As long as we're back where we're supposed to be, it should be fine.
Okay.
And yeah, so the Smoky Walker special has a crew of 3, which is the pilot, the gunner, and the engineer. The engineer operates the fuel surge.
Actually, sorry. I've just realized that I can only apply my infusions to one object at a time.
Yes.
So
Until you get up to
I
higher
don't
level.
do that to Till's pistol.
Okay.
Because I'm keeping the repeating shot on my shotgun. I will instead do that to. Varuz's axe. Actually, no. No. To Mistel.
Hmm? What are you doing?
You. So I'll just sort of like lean over towards you. You primarily just attack things with those swords, right?
Sometimes.
Was there one that you use more often?
I mean, no, I usually use these two.
You mind if I take a look at it? One of them?
Sure.
So
Will I get it back?
very quickly, yes.
Okay.
So take that. And similar, a sort of like a small. It looks almost like a blade guard, if you've any sort of like a almost like the bit of the blade guard that katanas have that it protects them from the scabbard right there at the base of the blade, above the crossguard. But it's a sort of like platinum thing with sort of like couple of blue diodes on it.
Mhm.
That clips onto the blade just beyond the blade guard, and it clicks into it. And there's a zhing, and then a small little like energy field just races down the blade, and he hands it back. Now,
What'd you do?
just made it hit a little better. It's a +1. It's a +1 short sword now.
Mhm.
So enhanced weapon on yours and repeating shot on my shotgun. Give a +1 weapon to the rogue, particularly the one that can fly.
Both rogues can fly.
I know.
I was gonna say both rogues fly.
Is it +1 to attack or damage?
Both.
Okay. Awesome.
It is now effectively a +1 magic weapon.
Neat.
Yep.
So there we go, barreling down the fields, magic weapons in hand, pop music blaring, and a screeching banshee at the wheel.
That is a fairly accurate way to describe the situation. Yes.
This is Mad Max. Awesome. Okay.
I mean, I'm not undead yet because I'm pretty sure if Kendall does become undead, she'll just turn into a banshee. But
Banshee in the descriptive more than the literal.
pretty close to the literal though.
I honestly think all we're missing are the giant speakers and
Right.
the,
Doof Warrior on
and
the
Doof
yeah,
Warrior.
Duke
Yeah.
Warrior in front.
I mean, we do have Dolvar. He's kind of a doof warrior.
So, someone roll me a D100.
Jeremy.
Jeremy's driving.
23.
All right. All right. So this is in the middle of swamp.
23.
Do I have a pre-built map for this? I think I do, actually. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
So we'll go ahead and go to a break at this point
All right.
because I'll need time to set this up.
All right. In that case, we'll be heading to a break. Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stay in touch, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. Grab a drink, grab food, use the bathroom, and also those who watch on Twitch, stay tuned for these commercial messages. We'll be back in just a few minutes. As soon as I find my mouse. Bye. We're back. A dinosaur story.
Fuck you.
Welcome back. So, you're driving through for the majority of the afternoon. Everyone make me a perception check with disadvantage for the blaring pop music.
I'm so glad that I've caused mechanical consequences.
And I make an argument to not roll at disadvantage if I use the sense of smell as well.
No,
that gives
because
me advantage.
you're in the middle of a swamp. Your sense of smell will
And-
not help you here.
And
4.
traveling rather fast.
Ooh, 16.
Disadvantage. I thought I rolled two 20s.
15.
No, I rolled 2 20s. I thought I
Yeah,
I thought
you
I rolled a
rolled
1.
Yeah, no, that was me.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
got a 14.
right now, Kendall has switched from actively singing to now
No, mine didn't.
explaining the intricacies of the Free Britannis movement that's going on.
What movement?
Right.
The Free Britannis movement. It's an Eladrin pop star. It's a whole thing.
What in the world?
Okay, who's going to be leading the opposed roll for this? You? Yeah, it's you. You're
I
the
like
one.
the I like the idea that bees is good at perception because they have so many eyes.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They also don't sleep. Or they sleep in shifts, I guess.
But none of you are surprised because the stealth roll was exactly what I thought it would be.
A 2?
Why is my
Really?
Yes.
Even
Literally a
God.
Hey.
elephant never forgets. All right.
To kill.
They had a +1 dex mod and they rolled a natural 1.
I'd say I'd give him a high five, but we'd probably both miss.
Cody, I feel like you at least remember that one. An elephant who never forgets to kill.
Oh, I heard it.
But none of you are surprised when the Bloodkin ambush is launched.
None of us are surprised when the Bloodgate ambush is launched.
Here we go again.
You're driving through the swamp. You're driving through the swamp when a pistol shot ricochets off the side of the dust runner, and immediately you start to maneuver for whatever your equivalent of battle stations is.
Stand up.
As you realize that there has been a relatively quick and hasty, which is to say, they mostly just moved into position when they heard your dust runner coming. Ambush set up. As we move to pull everything off of the GM overlay.
You have to pull us onto the battle map too.
Token layer. Yep, I know. As I pull you over to the battle map, which
Oh, and you said we would have gotten a short rest?
yes, you would have had a short rest over the time.
Okay, so I would have
short rest,
spent
not
a
long.
hit die.
Not a long rest, no.
So no spells. Got it.
All right, I'm back up to max health.
Here you are. Everyone roll me initiative. As you look over to where the pistol shot is coming, and you can see these massive pale. They look like walking viscera, kind of. Their bodies are pale and pulsating with like these dark red vein structures. They look like an anatomical drawing where there's no skin tone. There's just pale white and then vein outlines and just these aggressive like bright red eyes and sharp fangs as they look like a bunch of mannequins are deciding to murder you, but they're very swole.
Ah, the Swolikins.
That 1,000% sounds like a Doctor Who baddie.
Kind of, yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like a really bad line of toys.
I'm having a hard time getting my initiative on the turn order thing.
Click on your token and then click initiative.
But I want to keep the initiative I just rolled.
You can change it once it's on there.
Wait, where's my token?
You're on the bottom left side of the car.
There it is.
Hang on, that's off balance. Toolbar's in the back. Or should be in the back. There we go.
Click on it.
Why?
And then...
What? I like that you're an artificer and your pet's name is Toolbar.
Toolbar.
Click on it, then click on like roll
that what it said?
initiative.
Yeah, then roll your initiative.
It's better if you know
Okay.
Orcish.
I don't.
Toolbar means big tool.
Okay, cool.
How do I?
There you go. I fixed it for you.
Thank you. Okay.
I like that my initiative rolls continue to maintain from game to game.
I rolled less good initiative this time.
For some reason, Kendall just does very well with initiative so far.
All right, it's-
Because she's so goddamn peppy.
I mean, that's true. You have not seen her without not being full of latte yet.
God, the sounds of a non-peppy Kendall. Yeah,
It
it's sort
just
of
becomes like 1,000% more plaintive.
if any of you have played like Monster Hunter Rise and you know the Ketsu monster, the giant white leech thing, it's like that, but in humanoid shape.
what, Kendall?
Yikes! No.
No, the Bloodkin.
I say that's a pretty specific noise to have for a PC.
But yeah, Mistel, you're at the top of the initiative. As you see, there's an ambush going on.
We are still in a moving car, for whatever it's worth.
Yes.
I can fly. How many of these guys are there?
A lot, you can see.
3. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's one right there. She will exit the vehicle and attempt to stab him.
All right. Normally, it takes a bonus action to mount or dismount a dust runner, especially when it's moving. But because you can fly, you can just sort of fly off of it.
Okay.
Make use of the magic sword.
Oh, starting initiative. Obviously, Kendall is the commander of this dust runner because she is piloting it. Who is the gunner and who is the engineer?
Gunner.
I'm assuming I'm the engineer.
All right,
That would
so
make sense.
I'll
you
do
are-
it.
I was assuming it was bees.
I'll do
Yeah.
it.
I thought it was Till because he's in the passenger seat.
No, Till's the navigator.
Oh.
We had this
the
discussion already.
the engineer is the person who will be operating the vehicle's fuel surge. So
Ooh.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing a 12
Ooh.
does not hit it.
12 does not.
Okay.
As you run forward to this creature and try and slash across it, it looks down at the blade that just kind of skitters across the front of what looks to be scavenged scrap metal armor that it's put together. And it just kind of looks down at you with these angry, violent red eyes and just kind of opens its mouth as if it's going to try and eat you. Kendall, you're up.
Oh, we're stopping. We're stopping. Okay. Can I pull the thing to a stop and still do something, or is that going to take an action?
Your movement dictates the movement of the vehicle for right now, but you're operating the vehicle, so you decide what to do with it.
Okay, then we will stop because we're not leaving somebody behind.
Okay.
And I will
It does take a bonus action to dismount or mount the vehicle normally.
I'm not getting out.
Cool. I would be getting into
I
the
got
swamp. Why would
Eldritch
I?
Blast, motherfuckers. Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting my shoes wet. I will. Yeah, there's one directly in front.
He will have cover from that rock he's hiding behind, but
He will.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's
How
they
much
took
cover?
they took cover positions. The ones behind big rocks, which is that one and this one over here, will have 3/4 cover. The ones behind smaller rocks will only have half cover.
How clean are the rocks?
They're rocks that have been sitting in a swamp for a while.
But if you were like standing on one, it'd be
They're not
fine, right?
they're not particularly wet, no, but they do have like random growth and stuff on them.
Moss and shit.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. Okay, that one's about yeah, that'll work. Then it won't have it. Actually, I can just go over there. That's fine. I don't know why it's snapping the corner. There we go. Yep. Sorry, Till. I am going to use my bonus action. Actually, yeah, I will use my bonus action to face step.
What season are you in? Is your effect when you leave or when you enter?
It is. I mean, I feel like it's pretty clear she is spring currently.
And is spring a departure effect or a arrival effect?
Spring is a departure effect.
Oh boy.
No, this is a good one. I will reach out and put my hand on Till's shoulder. And assuming that Till is willing, he's teleporting too.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So we are going there, and I assume probably like there.
So your vehicle pulls to a stop, and then your driver and front passenger are just gone.
I'm so excited for Bees to just get in the driver's seat and start driving away.
Yeah, Jeremy, that's what I was going to
Till, did you take a short rest and heal yourself?
If we had a short rest,
We had a short
yeah,
rest, yes.
Till will
Yes,
have
we
spent
did.
some
You did
hit
have a
dice.
short rest.
Same thing for
Okay.
you, Gideon.
Also,
What would I do? Say, would I just roll a
Yeah, so
Hit die
during
or-
a short rest, you can roll your hit dice plus your con mod to
gotcha?
heal that amount.
You have a
Then,
pool
yes,
equal
I
to your
will.
level, as you would expect, and you regain half of that pool's maximum every long rest.
So you have up to 3
So
that you
you-
can roll right now.
Yeah, so you have 3 you can spend right now.
Till would have
That's
only
good
spent
enough.
one actually because I don't know why it hit twice. But 23 out of 25 is pretty good for Till.
Cool.
And that puts me at 28 of 29, so I'm good.
So
So you
from
both
where,
got 2 hit dice left.
Yep.
from
I'll
where
never
I'm
get that.
at, I'm guessing I no longer have.
No, but you do
Okay.
have an enemy in melee with you.
Yeah, that's okay. She didn't think of that.
AC's lower, but now you're rolling with disadvantage.
Correct. I am okay with this.
It's about what I expected.
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I will absolutely inspiration that.
Okay, roll again. Just one roll. You don't have to roll with disadvantage
Yep.
a second time. It's like a luck point for you.
17
That will hit. Yep.
for 4 damage, and just because I can, he gets pushed back into the water behind him.
I'll take the 7 from the first roll.
Okay.
I also want to say, Jeremy, you and I have been playing games together for a while. You know I love you. I don't think I have ever been as terrified by anything I've ever heard in a tabletop game as I was just now when you said, no, it's a good thing.
That
So, yeah.
means I am playing this character accurately.
Yeah, you teleport up, look over to the right, and just with that crackling eldritch energy, just throw one like offhanded, as if
Yep.
just you were just noticing the thing, and it gets caught in the chest and just collapses backwards into the swamp water of the
That's what-
rivers.
That's what you get. And then she looks to her left and goes, ah! Completely unaware that one thing was there.
Amazing.
That one's uglier than the rest too. It's this
my
one's
turn.
turn. All right, so this Bloodkin Brute is going to his speed is 30, and he can dash as a bonus action towards the enemy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's see. It can't climb in to try and start murdering everyone yet, and it's going to have to try to hit the vehicle first because you're all in the way. So let's see if it can try and hit anyone who is inside the vehicle. Because you all have total cover while you're in the vehicle.
Hang on one second. Is this attack directed at anybody other than Tolbar?
It would be directed at Bees, but because Bees has total cover, it has to go at the vehicle.
So is it, I guess the question is it technically directing the attack at Bees or at the vehicle? Is it directing the attack at Bees, and if it does enough damage, it gets to Bees, or is it directing the attack at the vehicle, and that's it?
It would be directing the attack at the vehicle, and if it gets through the vehicle, it would be dealt to everyone inside.
Okay, so does the vehicle count as a creature for purposes of mechanics?
What are you asking if you can use?
Tolbar has deflect attack. He can use his reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender.
I'll say in this particular case, yes.
Yeah. So like as it's coming to attack the car, Tolbar just sort of looks over, grabs one of the windows, and opens it hard enough to knock him off his attack.
Nice.
To impose disadvantage.
Dope.
It's like,
No cap, that's fucking metal.
Yeah, the 15, which will miss the vehicle. So it opens the door into it, and it just sort of stumbles back and loses its attempt to make the attack. Then the Warcaller's turn, as Miss Fairchild has so kindly presented herself, and Mistle and Till.
I'm helping.
technically, Fairchild only presented herself until Mistle presented herself.
So the Warcaller brings a hand up, and this blood red energy sparks across their hand as they bring it down, and a crimson spear forms in the air and tries to strike down at Kendall as it casts spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Make that a public roll since it's an attack. The natural one, though.
Into the rocks.
Kendall just affixed them with a look and said, "Do you know who my father is?"
I'll just use my generic.
And then they stumble.
I'll just use my generic conjured blade there.
Cool.
It doesn't know who your father is, but it does know that it missed you, so it's going to try again with its spear.
I mean, fair.
That's a 7. Rolled a 1 and a 2 on its attacks.
Well done.
What I
Caller. Warcaller, whatever your name is.
I
Poor
love
blood
this
cr-
character.
This poor
Jeremy.
Bloodkin is like, I never thought about the fact that they have parents. Maybe I should reconsider all my decisions.
Oh,
Is it Futurama? Prisoner stabs themselves in the leg. Oh, is this what I've been doing to people? I belong here.
I belong here. Excellent.
And then it's the Ravager's turn. 5, 10, 15,
Ravagers.
20, 25, 30. Bonus action for aggressive. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As it just gets in front of the vehicle and starts to hammer away at it.
Bonk.
That'll hit the vehicle for 17 slashing damage to the truck. Let me actually get the truck some hit points because it needs to. It has a lot of hit points though, so it's
Yeah, I
not
was
going to
gonna
be.
say.
I was gonna say they'll be banging on that hood for a while.
However, you can't heal the truck; it doesn't heal on its own. So
I'll patch it.
you do.
Well, damn, it's unfortunate that we don't have an artificer in the. Oh, wait.
Huh?
It'll miss.
Yep,
It'll
there you
miss the
go.
second attack though. And then it will use its command ability, which
No,
means
we
that
didn't get the rental insurance.
up to 3 allied orcs within 120 feet that can hear it use their reactions to each make one weapon attack. So 3 of its allies, the one that's in the water, the one that the one that's in cover still, and then the 2 that are in combat. So the Warcaller is going to attack Kendall again because it's been trying to hit this little elf and failing every time. That's a 19.
Okay, I think that's gonna hit. Be really hard for it not to be a hit.
And 19 piercing damage is
Holy
maximum
shit!
damage. It rolled the max possible damage.
And that's how
Yeah,
Kendall
it-
died.
Are you
It
dead?
Sure did. No, I'm not dead.
Okay.
Can you force feed good berries to another character?
Yeah.
Let me check, make sure there's nothing I can do. I'm pretty sure there isn't, but yep, nope. So I'm still up. I have 3
Just
hit
not looking,
points.
just not looking so hot.
I have 3 hit points. It's fine.
Kendall! No! You were gonna teach us to drive!
As it realizes how badly it's been messing up, and it just seems to get angry and just sort of with its whole body weight just leans into the spear thrust that digs into Kendall's abdomen. Then
Kendall looks down, looks up, and screams.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just full on blood curdling scream. That sounds like it's getting a little angry at the end.
And then one on the side's going to take a pistol shot at the car. It didn't have disadvantage, but it still hit. So the car takes 9 more ballistic damage. And then the other one's going to take an axe swing at the car, which is a natural 20. So
Heyo.
critical hits on Dust Runners. So if a Dust Runner, let's see, where is it? If the Dust Runner is struck by a critical hit, both the runner and one random creature inside it take the attack's damage, rolling the damage separately for both the runner and the creature. So bees, I'm just going to say bees because bees is the one that it was trying to get at, are going to share in this. As that's 10 slashing to the vehicle and, God, 16 to bees. Craig, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing dad stuff.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. What's up?
So the critical when a Dust Runner gets critically hit, both it and one random creature inside take the damage. And I was choosing bees because bees was the one it was trying to get at in the first place.
Yeah, fair.
This
fair.
motherfucker shot you.
It hit you with a great axe. The great axe punches through the side of the vehicle and into you, as the vehicle takes 10 and you take 16.
Okay. All right. There is an intensely loud buzzing, and sort of a shrill scream that comes out, and there is with much more reverb and a much deeper voice than B's usual voice. Everyone nearby can just hear Arhive.
And then this Bloodkin Brute goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It's not close enough to actually swing its great axe, so it's just going to take a shot.
They have great axes.
Miss.
I could take one of those.
Coltarn, it's your
I
turn.
need to go around.
So,
'Cause all of the enemies went first, apparently.
question.
Well, most of them anyway.
When you use a scatter weapon, Does it suffer disadvantage for being next to somebody in melee?
Yes, it
Because
will if you're
it
firing
says-
it in directly in melee with
Well,
someone.
because the weapon says that the attack is not affected by any features that affect weapon attacks.
As in like divine smite
Okay.
and stuff like
okay,
that. If
Okay.
you can't use divine smite on a scatter
So I
shot.
couldn't use like.
Or sharpshooter.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Does it hit everybody in that, or do I choose who it hits?
You make an attack roll against everyone in the cone. It is indiscriminate.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can aim a cone. So both my Tolbar can't make bonus actions, but I assume he can make a bonus action to get out of the vehicle.
Oh yes, he can get out of the vehicle.
As he just sort of opens the door and steps out. I will cross over and use a bonus action to get out over here as well. So like Tolbar gets out of the car, drawing the attention of the one that it blocked previously, and it sort of like flexes its left arm, and as it does, this like a shaft pops out of the back of the shoulder and then collapses down into his grip and pulls forward basically what looks like a buzzsaw axe. It's like a spinning saw blade at the end of a pole with an engine on it that revs as he just sort of and like lean and like sort of stands up intimidatingly. And then Coltarn gets out on the other side, taps the guy on the shoulder, fires the shotgun. Because we're flanking, I don't have disadvantage, so it's a flat roll. But I will be using scatter to try to hit it and the other one over here.
Depending on how you aim that, you could also get the Ravager.
Yeah, but that would also get bees, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't get bees, but it would get the runner.
Yeah, we get the runner. How badly damaged does the runner look?
It's taken an amount of damage, but it's not even at half health yet.
Okay, yeah, I'll get all three of them, and Tolbar's just gonna have to, Tolbar's fine. He's tough. Jack, if you're saying anything, you're muted. All right. Because my shotgun is currently a magical weapon, I attack with my intelligence instead of with dexterity. And the one that's right next to me takes an additional die of weapon damage if I hit it. So...
And use one attack roll for all the targets.
Yeah. So a 17 to the one in front of me.
So that'll hit both the brutes, and I believe it'll hit the Ravager. It will just miss the Ravager.
Just miss the Ravager?
But it will hit the Walker.
It'll also hit Tolbar.
It'll hit the Smoky Walker special.
I didn't know where.
So roll your let's see, is it
I'm a watch.
So 8 to Tolbar and 8 to Tolbar, the Bloodkin, and the truck. And then another. So 8 plus 6 is
14.
14 to the one directly between me and Tolbar.
ouch?
So I just tap on the shoulder. Just as I point blank shot him.
And does Tolbar get to attack too, or no?
No, because I had to use my bonus action to get out of the vehicle. I can't use my bonus action to give Tolbar an attack.
Okay.
But Tolbar,
Tolbar also takes 8.
yeah, Tolbar, I got Tolbar. But Tolbar gives me, flanks with me, which is the more important part,
Yeah. Mhm.
and can also heal himself. No, you can't do that right now, though. So, all right, so that was my turn.
Gideon, you're sitting up on that pintle mount.
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Go for it. Varush, since you're on the same initiative, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see.
Sorry, I had a hollering child.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see. So Varush is going to yeah. I'm gonna bonus action climb out, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Can I climb over the? It's already been shot and stabbed. Can I climb over the top of this and just like stand on the or like climb over the top of the hood?
Yeah, you can choose to disembark anywhere adjacent to the vehicle, so you can choose to get off and stand on top of it if you want.
Yeah, I'll stand. I'll hop off right here next to this one. Set my bow down and hit him with a heavy blade. See both hands. 23
That'll hit.
Nice.
for max damage, or no,
Ow.
not max, just about 11 points of slashing.
Ouch.
Yeah, and that's me.
All right, Gideon, you're sitting up on that
Cool.
pintle mount.
Can I shoot the things that are adjacent to the vehicle, or are they too close?
You can absolutely shoot things that are adjacent to the vehicle. That is the point of the pintle mount.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna shoot at the one that hit B.
All right.
Hey, fucking hit my brother, bitch. And I'm gonna put a bullet in this mother. Yeah.
The attack will have disadvantage because of it being adjacent. It's hard to aim that close.
Oh, check.
You can use your headshot feature if you want to try and use it here.
I will do that.
So roll me a perception check.
Call headshot with a mounted minigun.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
As it tries to avoid you, it's going to be really hard for it to not be. Yep. So you get to apply your sneak attack even with disadvantage because you called it for a headshot target.
Sweet. So, but I still roll disadvantage, right?
Yeah, you still roll with the disadvantage, so you still have to hit it.
Okay, so I roll disadvantage. Oh well, that's not gonna matter because I'm using, or is it? Let's see. What? Oh, okay. It did. Okay. So how do I do that? Because I'm not able to roll from the Smokey Walker special. So what do I do? Do I just
basically
roll
it'll
and add-
be let me see. Let me check how your proficiencies are gonna overlap with this. Let me check. No. Let's see. You have it's a hard point, it's a gun hard point. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me it's just going to be a dexterity roll with your proficiency bonus added, so make a regular like range attack with one of your guns.
Okay. So what do I click for that? Or do I just type it in?
You can either type /roll 1d20 plus whatever the bonus is, or you can just use your pistol attack, honestly.
Okay, I'll do that then. That'll be easier. So roll my pistol.
Unfortunately, a 6 will miss.
6 will miss. That sucks. That would have been metal though.
It's just like bullets raining down around and between Koltarn and Tolbar.
Shit,
yeah,
I
you
missed
also have
these.
to-
I'm sorry.
You also have to not hit bees, yeah.
Speaking of bees, it's Bees' turn.
Hey, it's bee time. Can I attack the one that's right outside that just hit us?
Time
Oh, yeah.
for B.
All right. So the torch bees are
I
just
am
sort of pouring out of the armor and out of the hole. So I'm gonna make
You will need to disembark because you're technically are full cover on both sides, because you can't technically reach them without getting out. But
oh, even though it just attacked us through the wall.
it only got there because it got a critical hit on the vehicle.
All right. How do I disembark?
Just a bonus action. That's it.
All right. I'm going to Instead, I'm going to use my bonus action to be Ethereal John. And the bees just sort of pour out of the armor hive and through the hole in the side, and as they move out, they are going to sort of swarm around the bloodkin that's right there by the door, and the one that just attacked them, and try to attack it.
Right.
15.
That will hit it, actually.
All right, great. So I will 10 points of damage.
Yep, it dies.
All right. And then I will go ahead and use I'll use my Swarmkeeper feature to go ahead and move myself 5 feet in that direction, and then I'm going to, because I'm jaunting, I'm going to move. Are we triangulating diagonal movement, or are we
Diagonal
just
movement,
counting
I don't care about.
Okay,
Just
all right.
count it normally.
Okay, so all right, so I'm going to go to here, and then be also 3 spaces up.
Yep. And remember that when your jaunt ends, you snap back to where you were.
Yeah, but it's a minute.
Yeah.
Which one do you like to use for flying?
I think there is a.
There are a lot more icons in here than I'm used to.
Let's use the wings. So if you're how many spaces up?
3 spaces up. That.
We use that.
15 feet.
Oh, we both did it. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I believe that's my turn. Because it's my bonus to my regular and my move. Yep.
Till.
Okay. He's going to take the attack action, just pull out the pistol and shove it right in this warcaller's face and pull the trigger. Does a 20 hit him?
Oh, yes.
Excellent. 8 ballistic damage. Concentration check for spiritual weapon.
Yep. 1 second. Let's see what his con save looks like. Not bad. He succeeds.
Okay. Spend a key point for flurry of bullets.
Also, I don't think actually spiritual weapon is not a concentration spell.
Oh, well,
Nope.
never mind then. All right. Yep. We'll just keep shooting him then. Does a 15 hit him?
Yes. Actually,
Okay.
no, just misses. You're
Okay.
AC 16.
Damn it. I've got inspiration. I'll use it. 18. All right.
That'll hit.
For another 8. So 16 points of damage, ballistic damage to him. Trying to think. That was my bonus. I've got movement. Yep. Nope. I'm just gonna stick there, and because there's nothing I can do to patch up Kendall. So I'm gonna stay there and just yell, Mistle, other side, and try and get her to flank with me.
This brute is going to spend half his movement getting up from being shoved into the river. 5, 10, 15. That's his movement. And then he's going to bonus action. Dash. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's not super smart, so he's not going to think about flanking. He's just going to charge at Varouche. It's a 23 to hit Varouche, though.
Yep, that hits.
It'll be 12 points of slashing damage.
Owie.
Ouch.
And this one is way off in the distance. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's just going to fire the pistol at Tolbar because it's big and intimidating looking.
No, not Tolbar.
That's an 8, which will miss, I'm assuming.
Ding. It just sort of pings off its back.
Pang.
Until
Mistle, it's your turn.
turns.
She will listen to Till and she will flank. What side am I supposed to move to?
The opposite side from Tails. So
directly
right
diagonal to. Yep. mhm,
Right
there you
here?
go.
Okay.
Oh no, one over more.
Oh,
You're-
one
there you
over,
go.
right? Oh, okay.
Right there. Perfect.
All right. And then she will stab or attempt to.
You have advantage
Yay.
because you are flanking.
Nice.
That will hit and also deal sneak attack damage.
How do I? Oh, here it is. How do I roll damage?
Click on the short sword word in the chat box.
Okay. And I put a check mark next to sneak attack.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No.
in the actual box where the where the roll shows up, click on the word short sword underneath the actual roll itself. Where you underneath the 26, where it says short sword, mouse over
Right. I did this last week. Sorry.
Roll 20 damage rolling is really weird. Please don't stress.
that. Yeah.
I get confused constantly.
20 or 14 damage.
Nice.
And can I attack with my other sword?
Yep. Bonus action to attack.
Do I have an advantage on this one?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Still flanking.
We'll go with the 17 because
Sadly.
you rolled your second attack technically already with the 17, so just roll
Oh.
damage. Turn off sneak attack and then roll damage.
Flankers too. Still flanking.
14.
That'll be
That'll be 9.
why does that have
'Cause you
2d6 on it?
Yeah.
That had 2d6 on it for some reason.
Oh, is it
They
not
both-
supposed
they-
to?
Yeah, they both.
Yeah,
do.
a short sword is 1d6.
You entered this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You entered this on my sheet.
Hang on.
I blame you.
I'll fix that real quick.
Why does it say Mistle Special Kick-Ass Short Sword?
Here. 1d6, put that there. And
That was the
Because I gave you a
that
short
was the
sword, which is weird.
modification that I
Short
did.
sword
Oh.
squared.
short sword offhand, we'll put that there. And you don't get your dex bonus on the offhand attack, so that'll be simple enough.
So that should actually be an 11 on that first one, not a 12.
Yeah. So 11, and then
And then another 6.
and then 6. Okay, so
17 total.
bam, he's not looking great.
Come on,
Uh,
Kendall. Finish him off.
Yep, it's Kendall's turn.
So Kendall reaches down through slit in the dress, comes out with an incredibly well-made, very, very expensive, like brand new looking energy knife
Mhm.
that was clearly strapped to her leg. Screams and leaps and stabs repeatedly.
Atta girl.
Whether I hit or not is another question. Normal, blah, 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 blah.
She's growing full on crazy white girl.
I mean,
I
Yeah.
mean,
she does also, it must be said, take a moment while she's pulling the dagger out to slip out of her shoes, because
right.
she's going to be leaping on the thing, which is on the ground, and the shoes have to stay clean.
It's looking real fucked up as you just sort of drive the dagger into
Yep.
its chest. It's not dead yet.
And she's still hanging off of its front right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's an Eladrin in spring aspect, right?
Yes.
Does at any point she say spring break, woo?
No. Definitely not.
Okay. This brute is dead. The Warcaller is not. It's going.
This is gonna go
to-
great.
Yeah, it's interesting that both of you have the same color aura right now.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what that means.
Means both of us are about to die. First me and then it.
I can't see
It's-
anything that's happening over there, so just scatter 20.
It's in like fight or die mode right now. So spiritual weapons are going to take a swing at Kendall.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a 19,
There is no way I can make that not hit.
which will deal 5 force damage.
Pump.
And as one target collapses, it turns and tries to deal with the other one that's been shooting at it.
Come at me, bitch.
That's a 15 to hit.
Not a chance.
And it drives the spear towards you, and you just with the
Wing.
side of the pistol just
Yep.
deflect it to the side.
Yep.
And then the Ravager's turn. It's gonna try and attack Varouche. Makes 2 attacks. Gonna use its longsword. Is that 15 to hit?
Nope.
And a 20 will hit
Yeah, that will.
as its foe smiter ability activates, and it deals 17 slashing damage to you.
Bump.
Oh no.
If he's on the ground, is he considered in the area of my scatter?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn it.
It's a
This
cone
brute,
in 3 dimensions.
Fine,
John,
it's only
not
one
2.
death save.
But I could get
this
all
this
4
brute
of
will
them.
swing. This brute will swing its great axe at Tolbar. An 18 hits Tolbar, I believe,
Yes, an 18 will hit Tolbar.
or 11 slashing damage. Wow, these damage rolls are off the charts.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Dang.
mowing lawns. Ooh, Tolbar's still got a sliver.
Coltarn, you're up.
Tolbar's fine.
John, we might have to go back to Grand Terra Shadowfront earlier than expected.
Doubt it, considering.
Are you still alive?
10. I'm fine.
I was gonna say Coltarn hasn't been touched yet.
I'm talking to Jeremy.
I'm fine. I'm alive, technically.
Just unconscious.
I am as alive as
Most of your characters.
Too soon.
Savage,
Too soon.
well played.
Perpetually too soon.
I was going to say I am as alive as Cody's character, or more specifically, I am as alive as Till, because I have a feeling if Kendall dies, Till's just running.
Fuck.
I
Till's
can't.
just like,
I
all right,
can't.
guys, we have to run now.
William,
Yes.
if I start the cone here, will it hit these 2 without hitting
Varouche, yes.
Verge? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna move over to here. Look over
Remember,
to Tolbar. Use my bonus action to go Tolbara Mirka. And then scatter attack on these 3.
Click, click, boom.
We'll have disadvantage because you're fighting with an enemy in melee.
I'm going to use an inspiration.
Go for it. You just roll another die. You don't have to roll a disadvantage again.
19.
That'll hit all 3 of them.
So 11 to all 3 plus another 4 to the one in front of me.
That one's down. This one's not.
So that's 15 to the one in front of me.
This one is down.
All right. Tolbar presents himself as an opponent, but is going to use his action to repair, which is just an action. So Tolbar, a bunch of the damage that Tolbar is suffering just sort of stitches it, welds itself back together
Dope.
as he presents himself to fight. And I'm hoping Gideon will take out one of the other 2.
That's a hope.
And that's my turn.
Gideon, you're up.
Cool. Okay, so there's this one here, and this one here, and that's right. That's it, right?
There's the one directly in front of you, but the two that you
Okay.
just noted are the injured ones.
Cool. All right. Then I'm gonna aim for that one there.
All right. There's no one adjacent to it. Do you want to aim for a headshot?
I am going to headshot. So
All right,
that's a
roll me.
normal roll, but I get my sneak attack, right?
Yeah, but first you have to make a perception check versus their stealth
Right. Okay. So
or acrobatics, which is the same. Ugh. Roll good. You did. You rolled good. You get your headshot.
Nice.
So if you
sweet.
hit,
All
if
right,
you hit,
so-
if you hit them, you get sneak attack. This is not at disadvantage because they're not directly adjacent to the vehicle.
correct.
Unfortunately,
What
an
the
8 will
fuck?
miss.
What
Do you
the
have an
fuck
inspiration
is
to
this?
use?
I do have inspiration to use. You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration.
That's better.
There you go.
So 5
Oh,
ballistic
fuck,
damage, and then roll your
fuck,
extra d6.
fuck.
Actually, even without your sneak attack, he's dead.
Sweet. That was bullshit, dude.
Good. Yes. Take.
I mean, I'm
control.
glad I used my inspiration there, but goodness.
And then Varush, you're unconscious. Roll me a death save. One failure.
Ooh.
Bees.
Bees.
Bees will sort of swirl up in the air where the swarm is currently spinning, and they will focus down on this one here. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus to cast Hunter's Mark.
Mhm.
And I will say, I hope you're really not a cop. And I'm going to make a longbow attack. 10, I assume, does not hit.
Nope, does not.
So I'm going to spend my inspiration and roll that again. You've got to be fucking kidding me. 13.
That'll miss.
Damn it. Okay. Shit.
Fucking whiff fest over here. Like, what the fuck?
Seriously. That's
Getting a little dicey. Yeah.
How many good berries does Mistle have?
10 or 9 if Mistle ate one.
Wait, what
But-
do I have?
You have good berries. I cast good berries earlier when I gave you the honey.
Okay.
So you
I
have-
haven't eaten any. I haven't been hit.
Okay. No, I mean I think sort of in
Mhm.
character you ate one just to taste them. It's
Oh,
up to whether you
probably,
make that count.
yes.
But yeah, so you can restore 1 hit point by just like shoving the honey down somebody's mouth.
Okay.
Treat them like they're diabetic.
It'll take an action to force feed someone a good berry or good honey in this case.
It's that good honey.
Is it my
Is
turn
Is these
right now?
done?
Well, no, but
Oh.
when your turn
I-
comes around, you can say use your action to bring Kendall back to 1 hit point.
Or you could not.
Or you
was
could
gonna
run
say, does
past
she
Kendall
want
and
to?
get
That's
and
the
give the bunny, give the honey to the elephant.
I think
That would be more.
That would be more
what she
mince. So
would
yeah,
do.
no. I
Yeah.
support that.
yeah, Bees is
I
gonna
have
fly
to
over to
think
there.
about it.
God, I had some fucking plans.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Till
I get.
All right.
finish off this war
Yeah.
collar.
Shot to the war collar.
Ooh, it's a miss.
Key point. 13. Jesus.
God, still there you go.
22.
That one will kill him.
Finally,
10.
He's dead.
Yeah, yeah. Bang, bang. And then just one, just like, yeah, no. 2 shots there, and then one
It
to
was,
that.
it was a really cool gun fu fight though, because you were like, "Phew, bang, and he knocked the hand away.
Right.
Phew, bang, he knocked the hand away, and then the last,
and then I just right up under the spear, poof,
Bang,
up under the
bang,
chin.
My birdie knocked me down.
And Bees, Mistle, patch her up quickly, and then Till's gonna dart right over to this Ravager. And obviously I don't have any more attacks left, but I just like plant my feet into his back and land on the ground next to him.
Yeah.
Do I have to? She calls after him.
Yes.
But fine.
Well, these 2 brutes are dead. Mistle, it's your turn.
I mean, there's an elephant over there that needs her help. I'm just saying.
There is an. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Oh, damn it! You beat me to it.
Not, we're outside. Thank you very much.
It's a room.
It's a metaphorical room,
where's-
but a literal elephant.
Where's the elephant?
Probably.
Right here.
At the
It's-
moment, at the
more than
moment,
30
acting
feet
as
away.
acting as a
It's-
hood decoration.
Yeah.
She can fly.
Not more than 30 feet.
Stupid bird man. She'll shove a thing down Kendall's throat
Okay.
while muttering under her breath.
Congratulations, Kendall. You're laying on your back in the mud, probably.
Kendall. It tastes delicious.
I'm sure it does.
Speaking of, it's your
About to
turn now,
make an
Kendall.
incredibly inappropriate joke, but I'm not going to.
Oh, come on. Now you have to.
No, absolutely
No, he
certainly
does not.
not on a live stream.
There are some jokes you don't want captured on the internet forever.
Absolutely.
Would it,
I will
would,
share it after game.
would it be made worse by the fact that Bees is basically 2 years old?
Anyways, I'm getting up.
Normally, bees don't live that long, so
No, collectively.
Yeah,
Bees,
it's the hive.
I'm sorry, by the way. I really keep fucking up the tense of bees. It should always be plural. They never
Right.
say I. I fuck
Right.
that up and say I
Okay,
sometimes.
fair enough. Yeah.
The hive has had sentience for 2 years.
Yeah.
There's just a slow, like, rise to feet.
Bride of Frankenstein. Good.
And there is a, let's call it a lack of peppiness at the moment.
How you doing,
Because
princess?
she's muddy. She's almost dead. And she's not even going to acknowledge the fact that she essentially rode a this bloodkin thing to the ground. She looks over at this last one over here, and she could kill it, or she wouldn't. She wouldn't do enough to kill it, but she could do some damage. But no, she just sort of reaches out in this sort of cold expression and casts. Do they count as people?
They're humanoids.
Hold person.
There you go.
Yay! For once, using it on an enemy.
Using it on an enemy first, no
Yeah.
less.
That's the key.
That's a wisdom save.
That is a wisdom save.
That's what we call character growth right there.
That's a 6.
Using it on someone who is an enemy before you cast.
So it is paralyzed.
And she will walk the 15 feet over
Oh, that'll be
that
good
she
in a
has
minute.
left. Lean in. I hope you feel every blow.
Jesus.
Yikes.
All right. Well, the Ravager's turn ends.
Also,
and
just so that she provides some flanking if anybody wants to go on the other side.
Coltarn.
Nicely done.
I use my bonus action to shout Tolbaromir Ka. And then I move.
It rolled a 10 on the save at the end of its turn to try and break free. It doesn't.
I move there. Tolbar moves there. Tolbar uses a force empowered rend as he revs the axe on the end of the stick.
You have
Kendall.
advantage, and because you're within 5 feet, if this hits, it's a critical hit.
Kendall just smiles.
23.
That's a crit.
And just for thematic purposes, at the same time, I'm swinging with a mace. Actually, could I have picked up a great axe?
If you wanted to, it's your interaction for the turn. Pick up a great axe.
Yeah. I'll pick up a great axe and swing with that. It's a great axe.
It's all right.
It's kind of made from junk and scrap metal, but it's a functional.
That's
great
my
axe.
aesthetic.
It's an okay great axe. Axes are like pizza. Even when they're okay, they're still pretty great.
Yep.
14.
That will miss.
Okay, well, it's okay.
But you
I'm
still
pretty sure
critically
that-
hit it with the
You
with the
did
rend.
crit with a chainsaw.
So -2, so that's 5.
And 7, which
7.
is 12.
So 12 force damage.
Hi,
Dang.
welcome to Crit with a Chainsaw, my World of Darkness podcast.
Yeah.
Gideon.
Okay. So let's see. Still that fucker in the front.
Yep, and because it's
Cool.
within 5 feet of the vehicle, if you hit it with the pintle mount, it is a critical hit, including your sneak attack. Because you would not have disadvantage, you'd have a regular attack roll, and there are allies in melee with it. You don't even have to try for a headshot.
Oh, I don't have disadvantage against that one?
Nope, because it's paralyzed.
So flat
Sweet.
roll.
Fuck yes. All right, cool. Well, let me go ahead and roll my perception.
You don't even have to.
Sweet. Fucking yes. All right.
You want me to find your tiger?
Headshot this bitch.
Like if you hit him, you get your sneak attack. There's no need for the headshot bonus action. If you want to take your cunning action to aim, you can actually get advantage,
You said it has to be your
which you
tiger.
might want to do.
Yeah, I had already hit that when you said I could do that. So can I
Oh,
go ahead and roll another
Yeah, go
one?
ahead. Go ahead and roll another
Use
one.
my cunning action to aim and roll another one.
Yep. Still a miss though, unfortunately.
Yeah, still a fucking miss. All right. All right. Obviously, Gideon's not supposed to be the hero fucking today. That's all right, though. Appreciate you, William.
Roll a death save.
Hey.
There's a success.
Successful save. Bees.
Here we go again on my own.
You're not on your own. Literally everybody else is around him too.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on it. Okay, sorry.
Don't stop believing.
Believing.
Save
go down-
save
we-
some of the puns for later. You don't want
I was gonna say
your
we
Right, yeah,
can't
you
go
don't-
down this
don't
road.
wanna
We'll be
push-
here all night. All right, so I'm going to their hive is fucked up and they're pretty upset. I think they're gonna attack the last remaining one. Are you fucking kidding me? An 11.
You have advantage. It's paralyzed.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, wait for me to roll a natural 1 on this one.
Please don't, says the unconscious person. on the
22,
other
thank
side.
God.
That's a hit. It's not a critical
Okay.
hit because you're not within 5 feet of it, but it is a hit.
That's okay. I have the capacity to fuck this thing up. Okay. So
It's Hunter's Mark, so there's that.
yeah. Oh no, don't worry. So 12 from the actual hit with the long B. And then I'm going to go
It's
ahead
a long, long
Long
bee.
and roll some Hunter's Mark. So 16. Is it still alive?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and activate favored foe.
Which
Two
it
more
does.
points of damage.
2 more. All right.
Humanoids would be the favored foe of bees.
Oh no,
Yep.
I took the alternate, so it's favored
Yeah.
foe. So it's basically
okay,
like
yeah.
which enemy do I feel like saying "fuck you" to this turn? And then I'm gonna activate my extra damage from my Swarm Keeper feature. Where's that on my list? Gathered Swarm, so an extra 1d6 from that. 4 more points of damage.
Ouch. He's not looking so
A
hot.
swarm
I
of
told you,
bees.
I
22
really don't like
damage.
these guys. They messed with my hive. I think that may be it though. I don't think I have anything else I can do.
Yeah,
with
this
my-
is why the Swarmkeeper Ranger that I want to play is an Earth Ganassi. That every time he hits someone with a mace, it's just an avalanche of rocks following the mace. Just
Yep. I think okay, so I think that's it. I think that's all
Chill.
I got.
You're up.
All right. Yep.
Finish this
So-
fucker off. You have
Yep,
advantage on all your attacks.
Till
But-
holsters
To be
the
fair, that was
pistol.
22 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Right. Till holsters the pistol, whips the spear out two-handed, and just goes ham. 25 to hit, so 10 plus. So
There are-
11 piercing damage for the first hit.
Yep, there are torch bees all over this thing.
There we go. I mean, it's a crit.
It's a crit
but-
anyway.
right. So another 11.
How do you want to do this?
Consistency.
Yep. One through the first one goes through the abdomen, and the second one just comes up under the jaw and out the back of the skull, pretty much, just severing the atlas and axis back there in the spinal column.
As it's going down, I'd like to make a medicine check to stabilize our elephant friend.
Roll me medicine.
Because I don't know there are good berries in play. 10?
You successfully stabilized them. You successfully stabilized
Exactly
the
what you
elephant.
needed.
So yeah, it's just like, as soon as I see it going down, all right, that's good. Drop the shotgun, grab a fucking syringe gun and a needle.
I'm not gonna say I wanted you to roll in that one, but I would have laughed real hard if you had.
So for my death save.
No, for the medicine save.
Oh yeah.
For the medicine roll.
So while this is going down, as Till drives a spear into the spinal column of this last remaining bloodkin, Gideon, a weird thought occurs to you. You realize that you never actually bothered to look at what that thing that you lifted is that's in your pocket that you've had this entire time since you lifted it off that random dwarf.
Oh yeah. What is it?
As you look at it,
Broke.
you realize that you're looking at an amulet, a strange, like, small, shaped like a small heart, but with encircled in brass, with like the symbol of a hammer on the back side of it, indicating a forge is devoted to Kadmorgaran, the dwarven god of blacksmithing and forging.
I'm gonna beat
And
this dwarf god of forgery.
His name is also Kaimor Garan. It's very confusing.
And the signatures are identical.
Yeah, it's weird.
and you realize this is probably some kind of magical amulet. And based on the design, probably something to do with healing.
Sweet. Hey, dude. What's your name? Colton.
Yes.
This thing looks like it's, useful or whatever. I hold out the amulet to him.
I'm at the front of the car. Toss it.
I'll just climb over to him.
When I have the chance, I'll try to identify it.
You can't identify. You're looking at a periaptive wound closure.
Nice.
This would have been useful earlier.
Kendall has just turned around, slowly walked back to the rock, picked up
To be
her
fair,
shoes.
as soon as I lifted this, we got in a fight, and then right after that, we came on this quest. So, not really my fault. You should be happy, because I probably would have sold it if we hadn't gotten sucked into this.
Jeremy.
Yes. Picks up her shoes off of the rock slowly, turns around, slowly walks back, gets into the to the driver's seat, and just sits there staring straight ahead.
Move my body before she gets impatient.
The hive husk sort of is slowly and awkwardly shifting itself forward into the empty passenger seat next to Kendall, And as the bees are slowly pouring back in through the window, you can hear the buzzing sounds of industry from within the armor, and you can see webs starting to be spun to cover the portions that were fractured. And then the voice comes out from inside. Is it my turn to drive now?
No.
Right about now is when Till lands on the hood of the vehicle in front of Kendall, just kind of down on kind of 3-point landing style.
Poser.
Miss Fairchild, we're going to need to tend your injuries before we go anywhere, all right?
Yep.
Good.
And I think that is a spectacular place to end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.